give a flying fuck what he thinks. I'm an internet god. My name is Joe Cronin.
We're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
Hello,
Give
hello,
a flying
there.
fuck what
Right
he
there.
thinks.
I'm the Joe Cronin
I'm
Show.
an internet.
The hardcore legend, Mick Foley.
You're watching the Joe Cronin Show with Joe Cronin. Personality, insight, and insanity. Wrestling talk with attitude.
This is my dear loyal lieutenant, Brother Cronin. He's a good man.
How about this? If you're gonna call the show, grow a sack. If I offend you, fuck you.
Yeah, let's call the police. Yeah, let's call the police.
Are you ready? Take your pants off, everybody. Take thy pants off for the Monday Night Raw review.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.
Welcome to the Monday Night Raw review, guys. You really need to do yourselves a favor. And, probably take your pants off. No, hit that sub button down below. Why the fuck am I hearing music right now? Oh, I know why. Jesus. I got music going on in the background. I got Jake muted, but he's talking. There we go. Welcome to the Monday Night Raw review. You guys are new to the channel, subscribe down below or click off as quickly as possible because this beginning was a fucking clusterfuck, but that's fine. The Gauntlet was the story of Monday Night Raw tonight, and I'll tell you right off the bat, wow, like that was a better Raw than normal. I won't say that was an amazing Raw, but just they suck so much at telling stories right now. They suck so bad at the backstage stuff, all the goofy little angles that they have. All the exposition that is given, all the dialogue, everything is overwritten, overproduced, and undercreative, if that makes any sense at all. So tonight was great because you eliminated all those possibilities and just went straight for booking of a match. That's it. We're just going straight for booking of the match, and holy fuck, when you utilize almost everything that you can utilize, that you have to use, as far as backstage, in the ring, whatever else. And normally we give the show a 3 out of 10, a 2 out of 10, a 4 out of 10, whatever it may be. Tonight was a step above that, and you didn't even have the ability to have any outside storylines. It was pretty much everything was told in the ring tonight, and somehow it was better, because less is more when most of your creative ideas are annoying and horseshit. And that's why tonight you saw, I think, probably a better Raw than anything, and Seth Rollins, give him an award, because that was some of the best selling via, or storytelling via selling, that we've seen in a long time. What's up, Jake?
Yeah, absolutely. Out of 101 minutes, I believe was the count, he was in the ring for 65. Absolutely incredible. And like they said, no breaks, no in between. He was fantastic. Both matches, even him and Roman, and then him and Cena, pay-per-view caliber matches. Great way to kick off the show. Usually when we get, Monday Night Raw, we get 4 to 5 matches a night. Most of them are sub 10 minutes. Sometimes less than 5 minutes, because we get a few 2-minute matches, even a minute 30-second match. They're really short. They don't have any purpose. They just kind of go out there. Maybe we'll get a cruiserweight segment, things like that. Right off the bat, the first 2 hours, we got 6 solid matches. That entire Gauntlet segment, there was not one bad match.
Yeah,
Some
it
were
was pretty
absolutely
good.
fantastic. Others were decent, but there was no bad match. I was entertained for 2 hours straight on Raw.
To me, like the matches, I wouldn't even say straight up that I'd be like, oh wow, the matches are so good. Like, but to me, just the story of it was really cool. Like, that's what I really.
This is the most they've done for Rollins' character since he returned with a knee injury. This alone, gave him enough to go off of. We saw him, take on his brother, and we saw him conquer John Cena. We watched him work through injury in the ring. You could see that his hip and his leg seemed to be bothering him. He pulled out one hell of an arsenal of different varying move sets. He didn't see a lot of things repeated. He even stole Cena's finisher and gave Cena an AA. That was a cool moment. I mean, the Inzaguri into the Falcon Arrow, and then you saw, him in the corner with the superplex and just everything that he pulled out. It was just on another level. Fantastic.
Now, keep in mind that although tonight was better than most Raws have been, even because they didn't have any storylines, this shows you, though, why they do need storylines. Because even in a night where you did 2 hours of pretty damn good content as far as wrestling goes, to me, we still hit a 5 out of 10 tonight. You know what I mean? Like a 5, maybe someone says it's a 6 out of 10 tonight. I don't think so. I think it's a 5 out of 10. And if you had really good storylines on top of what they did with the Gauntlet and better backstage segments and things like that, then I would be able to give tonight a better rating. But at least I would say that this has beaten most Raws.
Absolutely. Of this year.
Like, if you had some of those really good Braun Strowman nights tonight as well after the Gauntlet match and then had 1 or 2 other things happen, you might be talking about a 7 or 8 out of 10 Raw, or maybe a 7 out of 10 Raw to be realistic. But, guys, thanks for if you guys want to support the show, you guys like what we do here, hit the sub button down below, subscribe. Don't miss out on the daily videos, the daily podcasts, plus all the content I provide between my other YouTube channel that's non-wrestling, my Patreon account, which is where you can also support my channel, and then right here on the Joe Cronin Show. I mean, you're looking at 25 hours a week or something like that in content all over YouTube in podcast form and downloadable form on Patreon. And anybody who loved Monetize This 149 from last week, unfortunately, it was banned in Canada and banned in Germany due to copyright / the content or whatever. So if you guys can't see it, it is available on Patreon right now, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. If you can't see Monetize This 149. In the U.S., it's still up in most other places as well. So tonight was so good, I mean, with the Gauntlet stuff. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, they had like a 40-minute match or something, and it was a pretty good match, but it was the storytelling by Seth that I really loved. And then when he beat Reigns, I was shocked that he rolled him up and beat him. I was fucking
the match
floored.
was 20 minutes and 5 seconds.
Oh, really?
And,
felt like 40 minutes.
It felt longer because between the introductions and all the commercial breaks. They kind of made it, because every time it would get going, the fucking commercials.
Yeah, but if it was a commercial break, I mean, he was still in there wrestling on break, so that's still...
No, I'm saying, but it made it feel longer.
Oh, it made it feel stretched out. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it made it, stretch out in time span a little bit. I agree with you, though. I thought Roman was just going to fucking steamroll straight down the line. I was like, oh, they're bringing Roman out first, so that means he's going to go all the way to number 7 and beat everybody. I thought it was going to be very quick. We saw Roman open. I'm like, oh, they're opening with the Gauntlet. This isn't the main event. I'm like, oh, this is going to be quick. This is going to be one after the other, some screw job finish. Then they got into it, and then it went a little bit longer, and then a little bit longer, and it got really good. And it wasn't filled with 300 Superman punches, only 30.
I was pulling for Seth so much that when he finally lost, it was like, I felt really let down, which was. Can I just say also, there's so much to talk about as far as this Gauntlet match. It's funny, somebody tweeted out earlier, like, there's really not a lot to talk about tonight. I'm like, I think there's a lot to talk about.
There's a ton to address.
So in this Gauntlet match, first of all, let me just say, and we'll get to the point when he gets Cena after he beats Reigns, but overall, the booking of this Gauntlet match was so well done, because when Seth exits, now there's a letdown, and then you got Balor versus Elias, and and then to introduce Miz into the thing was very like, okay, this is going nowhere. Oh, wait, now Braun comes out. So there's going to be that big pickup from the crowd when Braun comes out. So even though, I mean, I would, as a fan, I wanted to see Seth Rollins win the thing, or like go up against Braun Strowman. Even that's kind of what I wanted.
Would you have wanted to see Seth win before tonight?
No, I probably would have said
that's
no.
the thing. That's why I appreciate tonight.
Well, yeah, that's why the storytelling was so amazing, because you literally made me care a shitload tonight about Seth Rollins.
Exactly. I gave a damn about him for the first time in a long time. And we've always liked Seth on the show. It's just that he's been lacking really any direction or character. He's been relegated to a tag team wrestler, which I never felt suited him. I understand him being in part of the the trio with the Shield, but he shouldn't be stuck in a tag team.
The funny thing is, he who shall not be named apparently was saying stuff like, I've been telling you for months that Seth Rollins is the man and the best wrestler in the WWE. It's like, dude, let me tell you something. We've all known Seth Rollins is one of the best, if not the best, in the company next to AJ Styles. But even years ago, before AJ was here, we all said Seth is the best wrestler. Like, we all want Seth in these matches because he's so damn good. So it was just funny to see somebody say on Twitter, oh, for the last 3 months, I've been telling you how good Seth is. What? We've known how good Seth is for 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
The only reason we've been down just because nobody liked Seth for the last few months while he's been stuck in a shitty tag team situation
with Jason Jordan
doesn't mean that you can go, I told you Seth was good. Like, what? Everybody knows Seth is good. You're not a wizard. Everybody knows Seth Rollins is fucking like one of the best.
And what kills me is now that you've got that piece of paper to hide behind, suddenly then you can go on Twitter and say that we're irrelevant, right? That makes me laugh.
Oh, no,
that makes me chuckle.
Oh no, you can still. I can talk about whoever I want to.
Oh, I'm just saying, that letter comes out and all of a sudden, go talk trash to me on other shows that are just as irrelevant as you are,
Oh yeah. Well, we know what that person is. We know what he's like. Don't worry about that, man. Wait till you see what your ex is doing online. But anyway, so this is so goddamn good. This is so well laid out, well structured. Let me hit up a donation real quick so we don't get way behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, if you want to donate tonight, the link is down below.
My name is Kane and I'm donating now.
Hey Joe and Jake, WWE Creative didn't give a shit tonight, but that's nothing new. We got solid wrestling by accident because of it. The Gauntlet match was the only good thing. Seth Rollins is on fucking fire. Go home show? More like go take a shit show.
Null Death, thank you for the 666. Yeah, I also see this as Creative throwing up the white flag. Like, forget it. There's nothing we can do here. Let's just have a gauntlet match. Null Death, thank you for the 666. But you know what? Even though it's kind of like, wow, that's weird. They decided to have a gauntlet match. They told no other they weren't able to do anything else. I actually liked it because it almost, to me, shows how bad they are at everything. So they're like, in the end, all we have is wrestling. In the end, all they can do well is book a wrestling match. And they went out there, they booked this gauntlet match, great. The most compelling thing was Seth Rollins in it. Once he was out, it became less interesting. Braun Strowman winning still was cool, but once Seth left, I was bummed out for sure. But it was such a great, but I would have booked it the same way, to be honest. I don't know if I would have booked it the same way, but after seeing it, I went, oh, this is a great idea. To have Seth win, and here's my criticism, though. Now I'm going to criticize it. What the fuck was the point of this?
Yeah, you and I were talking back and forth, earlier tonight, and I said I wish they held off giving Elias the last entry to the Elimination Chamber, which I'm also curious, too. He beat Braun and John Cena in that triple threat for the chance to be the last to enter. So does that make him, because they said number 6th entrance, so now is he the number 7th entrant, or is he still number 6?
That's what I thought. I thought the winner would get to pick where they come into the Elimination Chamber.
They should be able to either pick their number or now be last, because they can work around their wording and say, oh, well, Elias, we did say you were going to be last, but now since there's a 7th, you're number 6. They could have figured something out, but there was no reason to try and fight tonight. Essentially, if you were being logical, you would throw the match to save your body for Sunday when it actually means something. Like Cena kept saying, you know, I've got to win so I can go to WrestleMania to beat Brock. How many WrestleManias do I have left? So why would you go for a half an hour tonight and try and kill yourself to win when it means nothing?
But the only thing I could say about this that I thought, like, okay, I sort of see why Seth Rollins is going crazy, because they did sort of like, it did seem like Cena was kind of mailing it in, like, almost like, yeah, I want to win this, and let me get past Seth, but whatever, in the end, I don't care, I want to get to the Elimination Chamber. But with Seth Rollins, he was very, like, I must win. The only thing that led you to think that it's believable, because most of us would agree that you would just throw the match because it's not worth anything. The only reason why it was somewhat believable that Seth was going so far out on a limb to show everyone he was the man were those comments from last week where he said he wanted to beat, like, Monday Night Rollins. So when you get an ego that big and you sort of get full of yourself like that, like, well, not full of yourself, but that confident in yourself that I want to be the number one guy, I'm going to show everybody. You know, when you sort of get like that, that made it more believable that he really was out to prove a point. But, and that does make you like a face too, like, oh, you know, he's trying so hard to show everybody he's number one and he'll do anything to his body to prove it. Like, that's something that's redeeming, I guess, in a way, although dumb. So I still have a little bit of a problem. I wish there was something on the line in this match. Like you said, like second to last in the Elimination Chamber, something that would be a huge advantage, that they could have really sort of sold that in the Gauntlet match and made you go, oh, wow. But,
yeah, or you know, you could choose who the first three competitors are, or you know, something like that, just to give you some edge, some perk, some reason for you know, finishing the competition.
But that's my only sort of little.
But I understand why they didn't do it, because they didn't want Braun to come in last.
Yeah, they probably want him to start.
They want him to be either starting or, you know, the first one to get in there. So they knew he was going to win tonight. So they could have still picked something, though, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't want to complain about it because it's so good, but you know, if you had ended Raw with just the Gauntlet match tonight, I probably would have said, because it was 2 hours, right? It took 2 hours of the show, which is what I thought it would.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was 2 hours of the show. If that had been a 2 hour Raw, a Gauntlet match, I probably would have given tonight a 6 or 7 out of 10. I would have said that was pretty cool. You know, little story they told with the Gauntlet match. And what I'll say is I'll remember this Raw, I think. You know, most of the Raws that happen, they just go by and you go, what the fuck would I just watch? And you don't remember it. But tonight, I'll remember this. I'll remember, hey, remember when they did the Gauntlet that night? Oh, yeah, there was like 2 hours. Like, and then Seth selling like he did. Like, I will never forget that. Dude, the best was when Seth was into it, like 50 or 40 minutes or whatever it was, and he was in there with Cena. And he went to do that suplex, and then he rolls through to pick him up for the Falcon Arrow, and he couldn't do it. Because it not seemingly because of his knee, it seemed more of exhaustion. And it was so believable that it was incredible how believable Seth made it seem that he was really in this fucking gauntlet. Like, without Seth Rollins, this gauntlet would have been average, right? But because Seth Rollins did what he did in there, and because they told the story they did tell with him, he pulled it off. It was just so good. Like, that really did put Seth back on the map. And because when he said last week that I want it to be Monday Night Rollins, I didn't really believe him. I just said, oh, they're giving him this stupid shit to say now. Oh, man, he's not going to come back to what he was. But tonight, he nailed it. And yes, there are a lot of people on Twitter, oh, you know, it doesn't matter, Joe, because, you know, Roman's going to run through everyone anyway at the Elimination Chamber. Again, I'm still not sure about that. It still might be Braun. But
yeah, and it's really suspect now too. I mean, you did a great job earlier today breaking down everything that happened with, you know, the doctor's accusations with Roman. Maybe you can catch people up for people that didn't see your video earlier today. But, you know, a lot's come to light with Roman in the steroid case, and it was odd too to see Roman lose clean. You just, with all the dedication to him from the back, you know, and all the support they've given him, you can't overlook that. You have to immediately. My mind goes to the place of like, oh, conspiracy theory. He lost because this happened, you know, all this information comes to light over the weekend, and now all of a sudden he loses clean by a roll-up right. To Seth Rollins. So, I mean, that alone makes it a little bit suspect. It's just an odd circumstance of events for sure.
We'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be, they've done a good job of planting doubt or possibility in our head. So I'm going to play some more of these donations. Guys, if you want to support the show tonight and you like what we do, the link is down below. Streamlabs link to donate live, or you can use the $sign in the chat to do a super chat if you want. And if you do Streamlabs, all the donation amounts are listed. Remember, there's a new $8 one and a new $22 one that are there. Who we got?
Super Chat Party.
Seth Best Roman and Cena. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was. Frog Kid. Frog, thanks for the $5. I was pretty shocked with the reverse roll up or whatever. I don't know, it was a schoolboy type of roll up, I think. I don't remember. On Roman. That was shocking. And then after he did that, I really thought I thought he might beat Cena right then. I went, oh my God, they're setting this up for him. He's going to beat Cena. He might win this whole thing.
It really empowered me to believe the same. Absolutely.
Yeah, once you pin Roman, it was like, oh my God, what is going on?
Thank you, Nia Jax, for giving us a sneak peek of Asuka's tittas.
Tittas. WWE Violin 33, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bomb. Thank you, Violin. Yeah, we saw Asuka's titty tonight.
Knee to nipple.
Knee to nipple. She should have said that tonight because, man, she almost didn't get through that speech. I got to give it to her for recovering.
Yeah, she tried. Damn it, did she try, but she rooked really, really bad, you know? It did not sound good.
She should learn something. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
You my man. I wanna see you naked.
Give me that Superman punch in my rectum.
Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. I don't care if your fist goes up my ass. Oh, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Okay, so Raw was okay tonight, mostly just wrestling. That's why I enjoyed Raw tonight. I find interesting is there is no physical WWE Hall of Fame, so I'll never understand it. 5/10.
Thank you, Trey. Well, it's in space, Trey. Hey, Andrew Davies, thank you for subscribing. I cheers you, Andrew. And thank you to Trey for the $14. I'm going to drink this coffee.
Yeah, they were trying to establish a WWE Hall of Fame that you can actually go and visit at one point in time, but nothing came of it.
Put it in Boston.
If they added a meaningful stipulation to the Gauntlet, like the winner enters the chamber last, it could have really put it over the top.
Yeah. I'm surprised. It would have made more sense. That was the only puzzling thing was like what the hell's the point in this Gauntlet?
Yeah. Brandon said that before we just started discussing it, but I agree entirely, obviously.
So weird, yeah. I don't quite get that, but shit happens, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to complain too much because it was such a good show. I mean, it was such a good match for the most part. And for Gauntlets too. Like Vince doesn't like Gauntlets, number one. Vince
I don't
doesn't
recall
like
the last time we've seen one. I mean, it's been a long time, so.
And sometimes they can be really bad, but this is one of the better ones we've seen. Not the best, but one of the better ones. There's been a few good King of the Ring matches where, like the Stone Cold winning one. Steve Austin's King of the Ring win was kind of cool. It was kind of a grind for him to win. I enjoyed that. The Bret Hart one, that was a great night. That was the one where you think he hit Mr. Perfect, Bam Bam Bigelow. He wrestled a bunch of guys. Like
usually gauntlets are only used as punishments. They take a baby face and make him face 3 or 4, heels in a row. And like Dublin said in the chat, not only did Seth beat Roman clean with a roll-up, but he beat Cena back-to-back in the same night, one after the other. And it wasn't a squash match either. They were both lengthy matches. How many guys can say that? That's a huge feat.
Right.
It's quite the accolade. And then, Marco said, did we like the backstage interviews while the match continued? I felt that made it real and believable as well. Like, action was going on. It was cool.
Yeah, the backstage interviews didn't irritate me like they normally do because of the fact that action was going on at the same time. Hey, 502's on the phone. What's up?
What's up, Joe? What's up, Jake?
What's up, baby?
Oh man, I got a prediction. I got a bold prediction. Tonight, Seth looked very, very good. However, I think they did that for a reason. For the simple fact, Vince, I'm sure the boys in the front desk know that we all have known about Roman and Brock for the better part of a year. I'm sure Vince knows that if he continues to go with his wet dream for Brock versus Roman, that half of the arena or the ratings will continue to go down. I believe they are going to make it a triple threat to save face. They'll have Roman in there, but just give it a little bit more intrigue so people would stay or continue to watch Mania. Because honestly, people are going to, I'm just going to say, people are going to just turn it off, because, we know, the outcome and the initiative.
I'm not so sure they're going to go with that same outcome because it feels so predictable. I really, really think that they're not going to do that, but it's really close. It's like 50-50 in my mind whether Braun or Roman faces Brock. There still could be a triple threat, but it's really close to me. You know what I mean? And I almost wonder if they're going to do something stupid where like they break the cage and then they go out and like Roman and Braun, and then it's a triple threat. But I'd rather have Braun. Well, who would you rather have, Braun versus Brock?
To be perfectly honest, now this steroid thing that he's on and stuff like that may play a factor into Sunday, but I just cannot see them taking Roman out. I honestly cannot see Vince doing that. I just can't see it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go. I really want to turn the corner, but I always thought that Shinsuke Nakamura, it was going to be Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. That way, we're all satisfied because it's going to be Roman and Brock. So even though I feel like it might be Brock versus Strowman, I'm still going to pick.
One more thing.
I'm going to pick Roman anyway.
One more thing, if I may.
Yeah.
Now, we all know about these multi-man matches at Mania. I feel they're going to be, about 4 multi-man matches because there's so much talent, but at the same time, you don't want every single match to be a multi-man match.
Yeah, I'm really worried about it too. I hope they don't have a lot of them. I hope that they find ways to get people on the card in a different way. And honestly, I'm at the point where I don't care if they find ways to get everybody on the card the right way. I just want to have the best matches we can have. Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to have 4-man matches just so we got everybody in there the right way. Put other people in other matches. Don't compromise it because of that. That's how I feel. I don't want 4-way matches up the ass.
Yeah, even now they're discussing the possibility of taking Nakamura and AJ and adding Dolph Ziggler into the mix.
Yes, yeah.
That immediate eye roll says it all. That makes me so infuriated. Don't ruin a good thing, especially when they didn't have to do this to themselves. They shoehorned themselves into that by announcing Nakamura would be facing AJ that night. Usually they wait they don't. So when was the last time they announced at the Rumble when you had a decision? Who you'd be facing. Back in the day when there was a brand split, they let somebody, like you look at Batista, he had the 2 clipboards. Who's he going to face? They waited a little bit, or they at least built up the story. Nakamura announced it at the Rumble, and now you still have, a month and a half to 2 months to see if AJ is going to hold the title. So how do you know that's going to be the match?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Same thing, Braun's not going to defend, obviously, or Brock, excuse me, so, he'll be at Mania, but...
661's on the phone. What's up, 661?
Oh, what's up, Joe?
What's going on?
I think that Roman's winning still. I just can't see them just taking him out of there. I'm sorry. I think that people are he's just trying to make Seth pin Roman tonight because he's going to win at the Chamber. Roman's going to win.
It feels like it, and I did pick that, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with Nakamura. I picked Nakamura months before to win the Rumble, and I didn't change it. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to stick with Roman because it just makes sense that Vince gets what he wants, Roman versus Brock Lesnar, and everybody else gets what they want, which is Shinsuke and AJ Styles. It seems like they clearly set it up that way, but I think that Vince does like Brock now. Did you hear the fans tonight too? They all booed Roman and cheered everybody else.
Yeah, they cheered The Miz, they cheered Elias, they cheered Braun. I love when, Braun's music hits right when he does the scream on the soundtrack, and the entire audience threw their arms up. And just that's great. I love that he has such a great following at this point in time.
The crowd threw up too. They were like, did you hear that?
But it's just it's great. I'm happy that Braun is where he is. I'm picking Braun to go through the Elimination Chamber. I don't know where he would go for WrestleMania. I can kind of pick and choose people to be in different places, but Braun, I don't know who he would face or where he would go. Where would he go for WrestleMania? What would he do?
I mean, I have the same problem with Roman. Whichever guy, like, that's the same problem with either guy. If Braun doesn't win, even though I don't like Roman Reigns, there's a part of me that knows that this guy, there's a spot for him here. He is a value at the top somewhere. And I don't like him. And I think if he was a heel, I would definitely put him in the main spot. But where does Roman go if he's not in this match? But where does Braun go if he's not in this match? And there, you know, there's nothing you can do. I mean, maybe if the Big Show was around, you could have had Braun versus Big Show in a retirement match, and Braun could have retired Big Show. That would have been pretty interesting, kind of, in a way. I mean, maybe some people would have hated it, but you know, it could have been something you did for him, and it's a big moment for Big Show, and Braun gets to beat a legend, you know. But Big Show's not going to be back for 8 months. Or whatever it is.
With all the hip injury, and then they had to take the rods out and put the rods back in due to infection, and he went through hell with that. So
I would make WrestleMania 35 his last, you know, hurrah if he could. You know,
they've got to give him something special. And him and Braun, they literally, you know, tore the ring down. They did a great job too. The cage match was okay, but the matches they had previous to that were well done. Surprising.
It really
too.
seemed like they were testing the two of them too to see what they could do, and like. If they had a match at Mania, it would have had a little bit of a story behind it. Like, these guys had a battles this year. They broke the ring. They did all these things. Like, and they could have done something at Mania. And I think they may have done that. I don't know if they would have, but they might have done that if Braun's not against Brock. And it would have made sense, and I would have been okay with it. But, again, Big Show's injured now. It seems like every WrestleMania, Big Show's got a moment that's supposed to happen, then it doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised if that was set up, or they had that in their minds, because everything this fucking guy does over the last couple of years gets ruined. Who was it? Was it Shaq? He wanted to wrestle Shaq last year.
Yeah, and the year before,
which would have been terrible.
That was tossed around. It would have been awful, but it still would have been a spectacle. You know,
but Shaq can't move. You know, but Shaq can't move worth of shit anymore.
I go back to that clip at, you know, whatever talk show you see Shaq just, like, you know, falling over trying to get to the announce desk. Speaking of the NBA, I know quickly we'll diverge from Raw. You saw the Fergie national anthem disaster?
When did that happen?
That was last night.
That was really last night?
That was last night at the All-Star game.
Oh my God, I thought this was an old thing that happened.
No.
Okay, so I heard
like
some of it.
2 minute and 20-second rendition of...
Dude.
Oh,
I fucking... First of all, I hate Fergie. I fucking hate Fergie. I hate her because I think she's not talented worth a shit. I hated the Black Eyed Peas. I fucking hate her more than anything in the band because I don't even know what she does. And I am so happy that she had this moment. I am so happy that everybody else finally got to see this fucking
shit she is.
Untalentless piece of shit fucking singing this anthem, butchering this anthem. Let's listen to this.
Fergie.
Hey, this guy might as well listen to the announcer. Fergie. He might as well just said, "Here is dog shit." All right, here it is. Oh. Someone just right at this point just hit her in the fucking head with a goddamn flagpole. The fucking army guy behind her just waffle her in the head with a goddamn fucking pole. Just hit her in the fucking head. Then drag her into the back and then have someone stomp on her head.
What's so proudly
Dude, Steph Curry's looking up at the flag like he's trying to concentrate on looking at the flag and honoring the country and like probably feeling, a pretty big spectacle here. And then like a few seconds later, he looks at her like, "I'm gonna kill this bitch."
He looks at her like,
bitch.
"Damn, bitch, damn." You know, Joe, not to embarrass myself, but one time I ate Taco Bell and I shit myself. I did. I admit it. I shit myself, right? And the sound that came out of me was probably better than what Fergie sang.
Well, did it sound anything like Justin Bailey's shit?
Oh.
Because he sends it to me all the fucking time. Well, I get it every day, though. Every day I get a fucking message from Justin Bailey. Like, listen to this.
So, like...
Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm gay. It would be funny if you said that. No, here it is. That's Justin Bailey. Oh, you can't hear it, but everybody else can hear it. This is Justin Bailey.
On the stream.
This is Fergie singing right here.
No, really though, my cat could probably sing the national anthem better. It's just horrendous. She screeches at some points. Screeches.
Let's listen to more of this here.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed.
Jesus. Yeah! Like, dude, she fucking sounds like Steven Tyler singing this song. I mean, and she thinks she's doing this amazing job. Like, it's like she's like, yeah, fucking, look at that.
Even Roseanne tweeted out something like, at least I did a better job or something like that. That had me cracking up.
I think Roseanne's was better because at least Roseanne, well, I don't know. They were pretty close. But, like, top 3. This is top 3 of the worst renditions I've ever fucking heard of the goddamn song, and here's the end of it.
Yeah, she said, I think mine was better low-key, and she's right, because hers was a joke. Roseanne was just,
Dude.
It was like a parody of everything, but this was, and the reaction, the crowd doesn't know whether to barf or cheer.
Look at this guy. Dude, Raw was better than this. Look.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yo, and somebody kill this fucking bitch.
And all the tweets, too. Oh, she got ripped apart. Oh, fucking. So brutal. So brutal.
She turns into a fuck. This is the moment when Fergie exposes her real self. A sloppy dog. I always knew Fergie was a sloppy fucking dog, but this is the fucking, this is the exposure right here. Oh my Christ.
Oh, awful.
Where's the Justin Bailey barking? Oh. Let me go back to that. Here it comes. The fuck is that, man? Fucking
throwing in the
black-eyed peas. Someone give her a black eye.
I was just gonna say.
And I know what people are saying out there. Did he just advocate violence against a woman? He just advocated violence against a woman. Yes, he did. But no, seriously, fucking Jesus Christ, dude. Somebody stuff a sock in her mouth, drag her outside, and throw her in the snow. What a fucking idiot. I've always hated Fergie. Like, I really have always hated. This is well documented with me. If you go back years and years ago, especially when my friend, even on fucking MySpace, I think there's probably a comment from my old MySpace years ago where I probably said, I fucking hate Fergie. And I don't understand why.
She wasn't in your top 8.
No, yeah, no. She was blocked probably on MySpace. And this just fucking felt so satisfying. I'm glad everybody saw her for what she is. A piece of shit. Anyway, let's move on to back to Raw, and we'll take phone calls again. And let's play a couple donations while we're sitting here. ShiBUM. Yeah.
Sup, Joe
Gotta
and
pay the
Jake.
bills.
Raw continues to bore the fuck out of me, but at least there was some more wrestling with the Gauntlet match. Seth Rollins was the MVP of this show. One of the best in-ring performers in this industry. He deserves to be the champ.
Yeah, I mean, this really solidified Seth Rollins tonight. That was fucking amazing. I didn't think they could do it, Bry Guy. And Bry Guy, thank you for becoming a $5
ShiBUM.
But yeah, they solidified it, man. They made him like legit again, which felt great. Like it's like, wow, they really fucking put him back on the map. It's impressive. He did what we know he can do.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Jerry Tiny Dick from NY says my
God.
views and patrons are going down and I will take it out on my ex-friends. Joe, I will sue you for wearing a hat which is copying my brand on Monday. Seth deserves to be the top guy and champ. #FJD and his scats.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dickie Nas, thank you so much. Dickie, I don't know. He might send another lawyer after me for doing nothing. I don't know. You know what's funny is the people are the ones that all came up with the cat stuff, not me. I just fucking commented on it. But thank you very much, Dickie Nas. I appreciate that. And
Joe,
Colin, thank you
tell
for
me the truth. Did you euthanize Sniffles?
Sniffles is dead. Sniffles has been killed.
Couldn't even put him up for adoption?
I also raped him.
Oh, Sniffles.
See, I just said I performed it. I raped a cat.
Party.
I don't care.
Seriously, who the creepy tranny on Raw front row?
The Goon, what's up? Thank you for the $2, Goon. You talking about the guy that's always there, that long-haired, the Dave Rose doppelganger guy who's always there? I remember we heard the story about this guy back a while ago, that he travels to all the Raws and stuff with his mother, and I guess they must have a lot of money, because we've been talking about him for a year now, or
oh, they've been there for
longer.
A few years. There's no way they're getting comp tickets to every goddamn show.
No,
there's no way.
I thought it was a
few
plan.
here and there, maybe some bigger events, but not every show.
They spent $200,000.
Cool subtitles after ads and interviews during match.
Yeah, I like that. Marco Herta. Thank you very much, Marco. Marco, thank you, man, for the $2. Yeah, dude, I love the subtitles. I love what they did with the interviews. Things were so much crisper and cleaner tonight. It felt like a real competition, like a real sports competition, which was great. But again, they need to get the entertainment in there too. And they really weren't able to get that sort of the storylines and entertainment in there tonight. But in doing that, they didn't expose themselves, because the worst thing they do is the backstage stuff and the storylines. Rajert Singh, Mr. Singh, thank you for subbing to the channel. Hit that red sub button down below.
That doesn't even agitate me as much at times when they do the shit matches where they just throw people out there and it's like, all right, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It felt real tonight.
He is the perfect guy to not be on TV anymore. Ty Dillinger.
Roman Reigns versus Brock, AJ Styles versus Nakamura, John Cena versus Undertaker, Ronda Rousey and Strowman versus HHH, and Stephanie, Seth Rollins versus Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 34 card. My prediction.
Wow. Stephanie, wait a minute. Rousey and Strowman versus Triple H and Stephanie. Wow. And that maybe that could happen, I guess, right? Because again, somebody's gonna team her. Where does Seth go?
She was so bad Kaepernick stood up cause she was disrespecting the national anthem so bad.
Oh God. I was gonna say they should have taken a knee, but that's even better.
Gorilla Strong, thanks for the $5, man. And shout out to the previous donation. I think it was Jeremy. Jeremy, thank you for the $10. And then Gorilla Strong in there as well. And in a few minutes, guys, we're going to go to the phone lines again in a few minutes. So if you want to hang on to calling for a minute, because I'm not going to take calls for another few minutes. So just hang on, and I'll let you know when I open the phone lines back up.
Super Chat Party.
A disgrace to the nation she is.
A disgrace to the nation? Like, what are you, Yoda? Donald Trump, thank you. A disgrace to the nation, Fergie. I did fuck her, though. I ate her ass.
Add that to the list.
Donald Trump, thank you, sir. I salute you, Donald Trump. And yes, we will be playing PUBG later on. So
Ambrose is on Big Brother, and she's been talking nonstop shit about the White House and Trump, and you don't know what's true or not with her because she always likes to play that kind of
Amorosa
heel character, on reality television. But she went ahead, I guess the other day, was talking about how Trump was sleeping with most of the celebrity cast on The Apprentice back in the day.
Right.
I could totally picture, that being the way of things, but it's just funny to think, his poofy little toupee.
I don't know if it has to do with her being fired, but Maria hates him. Like, Maria Kanellis hates Trump. Hates him.
A lot of the people said that he was rather sexually forward, and that's coming out more and more, but I don't know.
Fuck yeah. Trump should have banged Hillary. That would have been fucking awesome. Imagine that. Imagine if that came out. Like, she's in the back,
like, hell of a porno.
Donald, I am sick of you, and like, whenever I show up at these, all your men block off I have every right to be here. I'm your opponent, and like, you're gonna respect me. And then he's like, Hillary, take your pussy out. And then he just fucking then Donald Trump bangs Hillary Clinton, but like, they get in a moment, and like, she hates him, but he hates her. But then they just start
hate sex.
Yeah, and then they start fornicating. Holy shit. Imagine the fucking news on that. If that ever came out, that'd be disgusting, but awesome.
That's the kind of orgasm that could launch nukes.
Yeah. Yeah. And now Hillary has VD. 316, you're on the phone. What's up, 316?
What's up? Fuck JD from New York. I have to get that out of there first.
Okay. Well, you're going to get a letter in the mail now.
Cease and desist.
Raw sucked, as usual.
Really? See, I didn't think Raw sucked.
I don't know if it was. I wouldn't say as usual though, right? Because it was different, right? Like, it was different. Yeah. Even if you didn't like it, it was different, right?
I like Seth Rollins though. Like, that dude went. I forget how many minutes he went, but wow,
65.
He went off, dude. Seth Rollins went off tonight. I loved it. He showed, dude. He did something tonight. It was almost. I know it was Raw, but what he did tonight was not as good, but around this, like, just around the level or below the level of like a Shawn Michaels, like, going the whole Rumble. You know what I mean? If he won that gauntlet tonight, this would have been crazy. Or if he even got to Braun Strowman and lost. But I don't know, dude. What he did anyway was awesome. But yeah, so you still hated Raw?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Raw always puts me to sleep. But
the main event was terrible. The main event tonight, what the fuck with that? They didn't care. They were just like, yeah, whatever.
The women's division is just in total fucking disarray at this point. You have, Alexa Bliss team up, with Mickie James last week, have them work together. Now they're facing each other this week, only for them to work together in the end. Like, it's so ass backwards.
They think they're doing something special. They think they're doing something special for the women.
Sense.
They think by putting the women on at the end, the women got the main event. Yeah, the women got the main event, but you still treated them like shit, you fucking idiots. Like,
yeah, and then they're going to go ahead and have them be the main event for Elimination Chamber, as we know. And not that the women shouldn't be, but I don't feel that they're in the spot that earned it at this point. No one's really, wild and crazy about the women's championship. They want to see Braun, the storyline that goes there to see who headlines WrestleMania. This is for the men. Yep. The women had their time at the Rumble. Then you get people that say, oh, well, the men have had their time for the past, X amount of years. And it's like, I get that. But when the time calls for it, do it. Don't do it every pay-per-view just because.
Well, and on top of it, I mean, but dude, on top of it, like, the women's match feels like an afterthought. Like, oh, wonder who'll win that, but whatever. But the title is actually involved in the chamber. Like, their title is actually on the line there. And nobody cares. And
why isn't it like... What I don't get is Brock's not defending. I know he defended last month, which was awesome. But if you're going to make Alexa defend, make him defend too. Like, that way...
But Alexa hasn't defended since October either, so there's that.
Yeah, that is true too. I would love to see, like, everybody go for Braun, They're both defending their titles. It would have been more interesting. 8 guys going for the title, basically.
Yeah, you could have put
7. I mean, still a lot, but still.
You could put someone else in there. What I don't like about the women's thing is how the women are, I guess their whole selling thing or their little cutesy storyline to go along with everything is, it's 2 versus 2 versus 2. Everyone has a partner in here. How is that going to work? Like, so it's like, how is that going to work? Is everyone going to turn on each other? I mean, what the fuck? Like,
I have to think they will.
Yeah.
My question about the chamber is it going to be padded again? Because that was awful.
Oh, probably. That's probably the new chamber. We saw it.
I think that's a mainstay. I had heard that on like an AMA thing a few weeks back. Somebody had asked somebody some official. So I mean, that's
remember.
I think that is the new chamber, though.
Remember, though, they.
I mean, I get padding it for like the women. That's a smart thing, but why would you pad it for the men?
Well, don't you remember the spot last year? They had to pad it because of that big spot they did in it. So
yeah.
So
that
it was
hurt last year.
Yeah, that was the good thing though, is even though it was padded, remember we were all like, "Oh, this is lame." But then what they did in that chamber match was so good that you were like, "All right, I'll take it."
You cheer for Bray. Like they actually got you to cheer for Bray.
You're right.
It wasn't boring.
Yeah,
it wasn't boring.
That chamber was good. I think that was also. Did Corbin get fruit roll up last year?
I think so. It's hard to recall, but Bray did win, and we were excited for it.
Right. Well, yeah. I'm excited. I don't know if I'm ready for it. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not excited. I'm ready for the chamber.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm not thrilled, but I'm getting there. I want to see a good match. I hope we get a lot of entertaining and big spots out of it, and then from there, I hope we get a less than predictable but good winner. If it's not Braun, than anybody else besides Roman at this point. And it's not just because, I don't like Roman, but I'm with you. I know you kept your prediction the same. I believe that's what we're going to get. I'm trying to accept it. It's just not what I personally want to see. I don't find any value in seeing Brock and Roman once again. Doesn't do it for me much, but
I think that if Brock is on his way out or coming close to it, they would definitely pass the torch now to Roman, but
yeah. But then again, what have they been building towards if not to have Roman take this? So in that regard, maybe if Roman does win, this will be the end of that experiment, and we can see what happens from there.
They're kind of building to Braun taking it. They've been building to Braun taking it because he's pulling stages down on people. Braun has been crazy. They've really built Braun Strowman to be the one to face Brock Lesnar. At this point, you know what I mean? They've had him beat like Big Show and Kane and everybody, and he's destroying the stages. He's done all this crazy shit. They've really built Braun Strowman to face Brock Lesnar. To be this unstoppable monster.
He went from getting beat by one F5 now to destroying everything in sight. So
yeah, so I mean, you could really make an argument that it's really Braun that's sort of been built here.
I'd like to hope so. I really would. I would genuinely be excited to see those two face off at Mania.
And then, Jake, you could see Roman being the one with Ronda Rousey.
A lot of people think it's going to be Seth Rollins currently. They think the Rock's contract for insurance stuff isn't going to let him wrestle again. So they're thinking that Seth Rollins is going to take the place of what the Rock was supposed to be for her partner.
Yeah, I mean,
Roman doesn't really make sense facing Triple H and
that would be very disappointing.
Stephanie. I know they had their previous heat last year, but they're saying or year before, but they're saying that Seth still has issue to settle with Triple H. So
that would be disappointing for Seth.
It would be.
He should be upset about that.
That's a step back for Seth, and I don't want to see Seth either going for the IC title.
Jake, they're going to say no. They're going to say it's no way. He's working with Ronda Rousey. He'll be in the most talked about event possibly or outside of the wrestling world. Match in the whole WrestleMania. That's what they'll say. But it feels like a waste.
It does. I agree. And there's a lot of people in that spot currently that I feel that, this chamber kind of makes or breaks them, sadly. I mean, even with Cena, if the things don't pan out with The Undertaker, where does he go? Like you said, with Braun, with Roman. Miz is the IC champion. He's essentially, him and Elias, I feel, are the only two currently that are okay leaving losers for the chamber.
Hey, we got some news, by the way, Jake. It's pretty cool. Big news. Seth Rollins. We thought there was a bunch of records maybe set, but here it is. Seth Rollins going 1 hour and 5 minutes. The official WWE Stats Twitter account noted that 1 hour and 5 minutes performance by Rollins is the longest amount of time any superstar has spent in a match during Raw's 25-year history. So he didn't beat Bruno Sammartino's 81 minutes of a match, but he did set the record for longest match ever on Raw.
Yeah, but somebody else was saying, and I don't recall directly, but didn't Chris Benoit and Triple H have an Iron Man match that went longer? I know it's 60 minutes, but didn't they go into overtime? Somebody was saying before, I don't recall the match. It very well could have, but it was almost like they were trying to write that underneath the table, just like, or sweep that underneath the rug.
I bet you we could find out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but I was just looking through quick on Twitter. It could be that it was just 60 minutes for an Iron Man match. It didn't go any longer, and Seth did beat the record, but it's just kind of amusing in a sense of how they forget anything and everything that has to do with, Benoit.
I got it. I got the match. There's nowhere to fast forward, though. Iron Man match on July 26th. I think that's when this was. Raw, Triple H versus Benoit, 60-minute Iron Man match. So, I don't know. I don't see it here.
Yeah, it might just be these 60 minutes, but...
Let's see if I can see the clock here. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to look at the clock. Oh, yeah, look at this. Yeah, it was just 60 minutes. Benoit with 4, Triple H with 3, and from what I can tell, there was no overtime. This was a legit 60-minute match.
Okay, so it was just a straight 60 minutes. All right, well, still, then you got him beat by 5 minutes. Great for Seth.
They probably wanted to beat it.
That's probably one of the records that they wanted to get done, because, like, same thing with the Rumble. Oh, only 2 people have, come in from the number 1 spot or number 2 spot, whatever it was, and who's that? Oh, Shawn Michaels and
somebody else.
And they just freeze all
Chris
the time.
Ben Glover.
Who's Chris Benoit?
Chris Ben Glover. Back to the future, baby. All right, let's hit up some more donations.
ShiBUM.
Pay the bills.
As if butchering the anthem wasn't enough. Fergie says the performance was intentionally bad because it was a protest performance.
What?
Yeah, right. She needs to go back to doing what she's good at, stuffing her mouth with cock.
If that was done on purpose by Fergie,
no way.
Then I hope she gets fucked in the ass by a fucking wild horse on cocaine. Thank you, Abel
Salas Jr.
for the $5.
There's no way.
No. That can't be real, right?
There's no way that she went ahead and was trying to intentionally sabotage.
I don't know, dude. That sounded pretty fucking retarded.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Danny Glover.
In the land of the free era, and the home of the brave, FergieBot has unfortunately shut down. Please wait for Lane of the Free Bark program reboots. Fergie cringe fuck fest.
And the banner. Thank you, Naldeath. Where the fuck is that moment again? Holy fucking Christ.
Spangled banner,
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Please cleanse us of that awful national anthem and play Whitney Houston's from the 1991
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl. The song is not hard to sing whatsoever, but when you add 200 other notes, you can fuck it up real good.
Thank you, Monica. Dude, Jimmy Kimmel looks like he took a dump in his pants. Like, thank you, Monica, for the donation. Kadir Gasu, thank you very much for subscribing. I probably just butchered your name there, but I'm not sure.
Gasu.
Gasu.
Bless you.
We always get it done.
According to
We always get it done.
Coming in. We always get
Fergie
it done.
donation. Shitty spangled ever dildo on a pole ass. First ever 4-hour world title match on PPV. First ever 1-on-10 steel cage handicap. First ever man versus woman. Roman challenge bliss. First ever cello hardcore match. First ever lightsaber death match.
I want to see the lightsaber death match, goon. How do I get my hands on a lightsaber death match? Thank you to the goon for Ocho, the Ocho donation. And now it's Johnny Ray Sinister.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Suck it, you suck it.
Raw was actually decent tonight. Seth looked like a legit badass. What's up, my nickels? Joe and Jake, much love to the chat.
What up with you,
Johnny Ray Sinister?
Oh, Raw never gets it done.
Raw was like a 6 out of 10 from Teehee first match alone. Didn't
thank you.
see the rest of the show though.
Thank you, Online Persona. Yeah, I think if you only watch that, you could give it a 6 out of 10, but I don't think it was quite there. I'm still giving it as a complete show a 5 out of 10. You know, they didn't have any storylines, but it was mostly just wrestling and the Gauntlet match, and then they threw everything else out at the end, and that really didn't matter. Asuka's front teeth are really white, and then like the rest of her teeth are insanely yellow. Why doesn't everybody just dye all their teeth? I don't get it. Same thing with Matt Hardy.
Why does the WWE have other companies breaking their own news about the Hall of Fame?
Because it's like a business thing. You know, they leak it out to the other places so they can break news. They'll get a lot of traffic to their websites and stuff like that. WWE appears more legitimate. You know, they're not just breaking the news themselves. So they love doing that. Donnie M, thank you, Donnie M.
Yeah, my friend's sister was actually the one that broke the news for NBC about Jeff Jarrett. I said, how come you couldn't give us the exclusive right before you broke it out?
Right?
Come on.
Shit bum. Because they want to do
Can
it.
we address the elephant in the room? How bad is it that Vince had to drop Apollo Crews' last name cause of that shooter?
It makes no sense.
If Vince was so worried about his shit shows as much as he wants to be a PC pud, things wouldn't be as bad as they are.
Paige's butt plug. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. Thanks to Donnie M before Paige's butt plug. But yeah, it's bullshit, dude. Why does Apollo Crews have to change his name because the Florida shooter? Makes no goddamn sense. Apollo? I mean, I could see it changing it because people keep saying Apollo Creed. So it's like, oh, that's confusing me. Crews and
yeah,
Creed.
with Daniel Bryan.
So I get it. Like, that would make sense. But why? Because the shooter, nobody was thinking about that up until now.
And Vince shortens everything anyways, so...
Yeah, I'm so sick of that. Elias, he dropped Elias, whatever. Fucking...
Yeah, Cesaro, you know, and it's ridiculous.
Have you guys already forgot the Black Eyed Peas played the Super Bowl and she sounded terrible? She just can't sing. Movado, I haven't forgot it because I've always said she sucks since before the Super Bowl. I've thought she sucks the first second I heard her, and all these stupid kids are running around like, Black Eyed Peas, and I was like, this sucks dick. I'm sorry, this sucks dick. And
what you gonna do with all that junk?
Yeah, I hate this bitch. She sucks.
All that junk inside your trunk.
Fergie, you suck. Go stuff your head in a fucking closet and then shut the door on yourself and cut your head off. Fucking hate Fergie.
And just record it.
Record yourself doing that. I'll buy the album.
When Balor came out, my dad said in Spanish, "Who is Thizrit?"
Who is this chono? Who is this fucking cocksucker fucking perro? Marco, thank you.
That's great.
Huerta.
Austin on Twitter said Brock can't fight at the Elimination Chamber because he still has a fight suspension in Vegas.
Really?
Oh, well, I forgot about that with everything that was found.
That matters in wrestling too?
I don't know. That might be a performance thing, but it might transfer over to WWE. I mean, it's not an MMA competition, but is it still considered? Is it like a performance thing? Because you figure this is akin to dancing. You know, it's like choreographed. But since it's bet on, maybe it can't be done.
That guy's dad hates Finn Balor, dude. The guy's dad is sitting there just shitting on Finn Balor, like
he's just stepping all over him.
¿Quién es este perdedor? Like he's just like, this guy sucks. And you know what? If you've seen one Finn Balor match, you've seen them all. Somebody tweeted that earlier. And I mean, at this point, dude, Finn Balor's matches have all really just, it's just all the same thing. He's not exciting anymore, or what he was before. I mean, other than his entrance and stuff, like, I'm not excited for him at all anymore, like, at all. Seth Rollins blows him away at this point.
Yeah, Seth eclipsed him and then some, sadly. And I know Finn can go, but he just hasn't backed it up in a long time.
Even in NXT, he didn't have the greatest matches. One of my favorite matches with him was, you know, I mean, Kevin Owens' match was really good. And then his match with Samoa Joe, where Joe got busted open, that was pretty good, but it was because Joe got busted open. But whatever, I don't know. He's pretty good. It's just they're not giving him those moments at all. But whatever. 513, what's up?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's
Joe.
up? What's up?
We almost got it done last night. It's Fergie's mom.
Oh, is this Fergie?
She almost got it done.
Fergie almost got it done?
Yeah, she had a little issues with stage fright, and she probably pissed her pants and shit in her pants a few times, but she almost got it done.
I heard she has a dick. Yeah, Fergie almost got it done. Thank you, sir. Jeremy drops $3.50 and says, Joe, made a nice meme of you. Check Twitter. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be good. It's going to be like a fucking tiny penis or something.
Could be a compliment.
Oh, look, there goes Finn Balor again. Quiero probar Finn Balor. Quiero probar Finn Balor. What's up, Sausage? How you doing?
Hey, man, nothing much. I watched Raw tonight, and I did like the Gauntlet match. I like what they did. I wasn't expecting that. They had I didn't think it was going to go 2 freaking hours of Raw. That was pretty shocking.
That was. I didn't expect that either. Well, after once the first match ended, I go, holy shit, this is going to be the first 2 hours of the show. I said it out loud.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn.
I did not anticipate that to happen whatsoever.
Yeah, it was good. Last hour wasn't so good, but
it just proves that that they need 2 hours instead of 3 hours. It just proves that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what did you think of Raw compared to the other weeks, though? Was it better? I mean, I thought it was better because they didn't do all that. They didn't try all those other things, and they suck at it. Like, there was no Kurt Angle tonight to be like, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a match between the two of you. Like, there was none of that.
We
terrible.
Always get it, John.
See, that's what I was going to say before. That's why my ratings.
Raw actually didn't put me to sleep. If it had, my daughter would have woken me up. Yes, JCS Army, Bataman became a dad this past weekend, and my girlfriend's daughter are well. Fergie JB's shit sounds better than your joke of an anthem. Hashtag fuck Fergie.
Fuck Fergie. Bad Omen became a dad. Congratulations, Bad Omen. Thank you, Bad Omen, for the $8. I appreciate that, Bad Omen, and congratulations on being a dad. That's fucking awesome. Good luck, though.
Goodbye to sleep.
Don't have 3. Don't have 3. Él es un perro bruto. Thank you. Sausage, anything else before I let you go, man?
No, nothing much. Yeah, see you on SmackDown tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow night. I'll be live doing PUBG tonight. I'll see you. I'll be here.
All right.
Thanks, Sausage.
Sausage, motherfucking sausage.
Thank you to Sausage. 609's on the phone. What's up?
Hey, man. I just think JD is a fucking faggot. I can't believe he thinks he's like so fucking smart because he said Seth Rollins is good. I was like, dude, you think you're so fucking smart because, like you said, he thinks he's like a wrestling god or something because he's stating the obvious. Like, he's not like this oracle of some sort of that he depicts himself.
I told you all 2 years ago that the sun's fucking hot, and no one listened to me.
Well, the reason why I saw this is because someone tweeted it to me, and I was like, I'm confused. So for the last 4 months, he's been saying this? I mean, we've been talking about Seth Rollins kicking ass for about 4 years here.
But he said it first, so that's all that matters.
It's just really weird. Like, I get that, like, it's like, just so, like, the last few months, we've all kind of said, you know, Seth hasn't had the best matches with these repetitive matches. But that doesn't mean anybody said that Seth was shitty. Everybody has loved Seth. Like, I mean...
He just had to get away from the tag stuff, you know? He got
weird.
into the Shield, then he got with Dean and then Jason Jordan. It's like...
Yeah, I don't
plus
get
two,
that.
who has he faced for the last 6 months? The club, the bar. Well, excuse me, the bar. Over and over. Sheamus and Cesaro. Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah.
So that's all we've seen from him. So to see him face Roman and then John Cena tonight, it was like, oh shit, this is good. Excuse me, this is good. This is a change of pace. This is, a breath of fresh air. And he killed it.
You're talking about a person who's out of his mind. So I mean, there's no reasoning there.
I tell you what, that the Gauntlet match was pretty impressive. But it's like, I wish like that type of storytelling that was told in the Gauntlet match was told throughout the entire build-up for the Chamber. Because we have 2 Elimination Chambers, I believe this Sunday, and there has been barely any storytelling going into this. Like, you look back at the 2002 Chamber at Survivor Series for the world title. Like, you had you had Shawn Michaels and Triple H's there. They had this big feud going into the Chamber. You had people actually building up the Chamber to be this big thing. Now it's just like, oh, look, the Chamber match. We got to get this done. There's been nothing. There's like no storytelling going into the women's one. Like, I completely forgot that we're having 2 elimination chambers.
Well, they think they're telling one. They think their story is that each woman has a partner. Like, they think like, oh, what's going to happen because those 2.
That's the story they've been trying to tell.
Yeah, because that's what they've been doing. That's why Alexa is back with Mickey, and then the 2 girls with Paige are with each other, and then
Bailey and Sasha haven't even been friendly, really. They've been on each other's nerves and facing each other. So how are they working together when they've been against each other? So it's just, like I said, it's a total case of just, full disarray and fuckery at this point.
What they need is like all the women to be in the ring, and and the same thing for the men. They need all the people that are in the Chamber to be in the ring and just go off on each other in this big, like, maybe 20-minute promo and just say all this crazy shit to each other. Alexa's always been a good talker. There's been a lot of people to just say shit to each other, and that's how you build up. I mean, how are they going to build a promo package to these Chamber matches?
Do you know what I would have done tonight? I'm going to tell you what I would have done. Check this out. I would have turned Roman or Cena heel at some point coming up. And here's how I would have done it. At the end of the night tonight, after the Gauntlet match happened, I would have had Seth Rollins limping to his car, and I would have had a car come out of nowhere and run him over and have, like, the Stone Cold thing, and have Seth go flying up in the air. Oh, my God. And, like, Raw ends with him being put in an ambulance, right? And
almost like he's not in the Chamber match.
Right, we don't know what's going to happen, right?
Cena and Rollins match.
But here's what you do. Now what happens is, and I would, by the way, they should have already done this because it's too late. The Chamber match is this Sunday. But they should have done it this way, like this should have happened last week. That should have happened. And then the next week, Seth Rollins isn't here. But then the surveillance footage shows that it was either Cena or Reigns. And then at the end of the night, that person comes out to address the situation. Cena or Reigns comes out at the end of the night. And, it's been said that Seth is recovering and he's okay. He actually didn't really suffer any injuries other than, like, whatever. He's got some bruises or something. Thank God he jumped up in the air, like, whatever. And then Cena or Reigns could come out and they could be like, I saw what he did, like, what he was willing to go through in that Gauntlet match. And and their excuse is, like, they felt that they needed to eliminate this guy. And that's how you turn.
Yeah, he was the biggest threat to all of them succeeding.
And Cena couldn't believe. And Cena's been showing signs of doubt, you know what I mean? And then you could have flipped either Reigns or Cena heel, and it would have been cool. And
I would have flipped Reigns, especially considering that would reinvent his character. That's something we wanted for a while, too.
But doing that stuff for Seth would be like implying, like, oh, he's the ultimate underdog, and that's when you want to see him win.
Yeah.
But they have no intent to put Seth for that. What I would have done, I would have taken what you said. He gets hit or like attacked backstage. He can't make it to the Chamber, and then a few weeks later, Seth's coming back. Hopefully, we don't have to deal with another injury storyline. So maybe this, because if I have to deal with another injury storyline involving Seth, maybe I don't want this. But maybe like Seth comes back and he's like, I know who attacked me from behind, and it's Cena. And this would be a perfect way we could have John Cena versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But they're never going to do that because John Cena is never going to turn heel because, I mean, we've been saying this for like 15 fucking years. Is he ever going to...
Yeah, but they don't need Cena to turn heel. I don't think that would add anything, and it wouldn't do anything for his character. He's got one foot out the door as is. Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's why I think Joe's on the right track. I would just do it with Roman
Do it
because
with Roman.
Roman still has a lot of career left under his belt.
And can you imagine if Roman is in the chamber and everyone's eliminated and then Seth's fucking tube opens up? You know what I mean?
Pod. You mean a pod, not tube.
Did I say tube? Yeah, his fucking test tube. Fucking test tube Seth Rollins comes out like a test tube baby.
Yeah, the pole, Joe, the pole.
Like the pole, yeah, the Polish people in the crowd.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, I could see that working. And then, I mean, tonight I was floored, not even by what Seth pulled off in the ring, but by the reaction I saw on Twitter. So many people reached out to us saying, oh my God, I want Seth to win Sunday. Seth has to win. He has to do it. This is great. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
And that floored me more than the performance, what we got.
Yeah, they swayed everyone's opinions.
To get behind Seth.
Yeah. They swayed everyone's opinions. So, I mean, like, I get that tweet, and the only reason I brought that tweet up is because it was tweeted to me. But I get the point of someone saying, like, you know, Seth has always been good. Like, this is what they needed to. But, like, yeah, I get that, but nobody expected them to be doing this right now.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see them allowing Seth to take off. And the storyline is great. I mean, it really is when you think about it. Seth wants to be Mr. Monday Night. He wants to be Mr. WrestleMania in this sense. He's worked hard to get where he is. He went through a long bout of injury and everything that happened before then, having to relinquish the title and him and Brock would be great to see them face off. Everything that he said, he has such motivation and passion and the ability, he put behind it. It'd be great to see them at WrestleMania for the main event. I would love that. Now you have a night like tonight, you really get the fans buzzing. It really helps push interest for the pay-per-view Sunday.
Yeah.
But let's see what they do with it. If they're just going to have Roman go in there and steamroll everybody like we're expecting, it's unfortunate. The betting sites agree too. Bet Wrestling has Reigns as an odds-out heavy favorite, and he's followed somewhat closely by Braun Strowman, then Seth. But that's it. The women's match has Alexa Bliss nailed down to win. Same thing with Asuka. So it's pretty much a straight predictable night in terms of betting and Vegas odds.
Hey, Johnny Ray Sinister's on the phone. What's up, Johnny Ray Sinister?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
No, I'm all right, Johnny. What are you up to? What's up, man?
How you doing, bud?
Not too much, guys. Just sitting here watching all my new big screen TV, watching the show.
Hey, nice. I hope it looks good. I think I put it on 60 frames tonight. Hopefully it looks smooth.
Yeah, it looks great, man. It looks awesome.
Yeah, so what do you got, man? What do you got, Johnny?
I was thinking about tonight, and, the Gauntlet match I thought was real decent. I almost think, though, the show would have been better if they maybe would have flipped the order in which the show progressed. Like maybe had the 6-woman tag first, then the segment with Asuka, and then had the Gauntlet match go on last.
Yeah, that would have been...
Great, man.
It would have been a good ending, but it's just like... I don't know. I don't know what would have happened, but I think they did it this way because they knew all the eyes would be on the first few hours, and because of the third hour always blows. But yeah, it would have been okay to end. You would think that is the way they would have done it because the first hour would have been all right, and then it would have really done the Raw would have gotten really good at a point, and then Braun ending the night would be expected. But yeah, it really ended on a downer. It went on a downward slope right after the Gauntlet match. So
the only thing I have a question on, did WWE just decide that Asuka is facing Alexis? Because I think they seem to constantly put in that stipulation that Nia Jax was going to be added into the match. So I thought Asuka got to choose which champion she wanted to face. So do they just kind of give away what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm confused about it. They just haven't answered the question yet. Like, I mean, we don't know. Maybe Asuka's gonna. Wait a minute, isn't Nia Jax? Who's in the Elimination Chamber? Not Nia Jax, but not Asuka.
No, neither of them are in the Elimination Chamber. You have Mandy Rose.
Oh yeah,
Sonya,
yeah, that's right.
Mickie James, Alexa Bliss, and Sasha Banks and Bayley.
You're right. So it makes no sense. Is Nia?
Yeah, Nia and Asuka have their own match, which is one of 4 matches of the night. So
they're really just using it to build somebody. Probably Asuka. I suppose they're just using it to build somebody. And since Asuka has the match that has the the ability to challenge a champion, I would assume that she's going to beat Nia Jax, and then challenge whoever the winner is. Probably maybe Alexa.
But I thought she also had a choice as to who she was going to face, so she could still face Charlotte, but they're making it seem like she's going to face whoever wins this Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, plus Nia Jax and Alexa have their whole, like, best friends rivalry thing, so it would make sense if they wrestled. And
yeah, but the problem is that if Nia wins the match, she gets inserted into the championship match, making it a triple threat. But if Asuka wins, she still has the Rumble win underneath her, so she gets to pick who she faces.
They're going to make it a triple threat.
Seem like she's already facing Alexa Bliss or whoever wins the chamber.
Right, and then you're right. If Asuka loses, then she's got a loss.
Exactly. So that kills off her win streak right then and there. And I don't think they're going to do that yet, just to build up Nia. I still think that Asuka is going to face Charlotte, and then Nia will end up facing Alexa Bliss.
That's true.
But
yeah.
how they're going to get there, I don't know. I'm confused.
You're right.
Still.
It's got to be Charlotte.
Wasn't there a report like a while back that's saying that the plans that WWE had for Asuka was that she wasn't going to lose until after WrestleMania anyway?
Right. I agree with those two. I would do the same thing. I'd keep her mystique the way it's going, and then later on, you can have her beaten and stuff like that and get into that. But
you can't have her lose before Mania.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
She probably won't lose until Rousey beats her, I bet.
Johnny, I gotta move on, Johnny, man. You got anything else? Oh, shit, I hung up on him. Fuck. Sorry, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
I was going to ask him if he had one more thing before he goes, but I guess I made the decision for him. Fergie hung up on him. Banner. Hey, Malachi, what's up?
What's up, Jake and Joe?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, man, what do you got?
Joe.
What's up?
So, what I got for Raw was that I was glad that Seth Rollins, the way he booked Seth Rollins looked like a legit superstar. Like, he proved that he is the best wrestler in that company. And I feel like if they don't put him in the main event WrestleMania with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, because that makes sense based on what happened at WrestleMania 31 with Seth Rollins, and then the feud with Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. If they do not want to put Seth Rollins in the main event WrestleMania, making a triple threat match for the Universal title, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I caught some of that. What did he say? What did you get out of that, Jake?
I couldn't hear all of it either. It was basically, if I'm right, you said making it a triple threat would be a big mistake for the women's?
No. I said that you need to put Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship based on what happened
to make it a triple
WrestleMania
threat.
31.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sorry, you were breaking up heavy the first time. So yeah, basically make it a full-on rematch. So have Roman take on Brock Lesnar, but then add Seth Rollins into the match and make it a triple threat. You're saying since Seth cashed in his Money in the Bank, it's basically a return
at
to that
WrestleMania
match.
31. And then at that Battleground pay-per-view, it was Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, and they had unfinished business based on Undertaker going after Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins had unfinished business.
Yeah.
And those two negative. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
You're still here.
Okay, I don't know what happened. We lost him there.
Couldn't hear us.
I was making my head explode anyway. It kind of was all over the place.
I wouldn't want to see a triple threat in that form, especially for the main event. I don't want to see Roman and Seth versus Brock, or versus. Doesn't do anything for me. I don't know about you, but
no, I don't like those. I hate those matches anyway. I like one. I can deal with one of those at a pay-per-view, maybe two, but they irritate the shit out of me. Let's go to the donations and pay the bills. You guys are the ones that support the show, so we're gonna hear from you. And thanks to everybody who's been donating. You guys all week, dude. I've been playing PUBG. People were donating the other night. Obviously, everything I'll monetize this on Friday nights. Mavado says I can't recall offhand, but have Seth and AJ had matches? I got a feeling these two could really give a 4 to 5 star match. I thought they did, but yeah, I mean, Seth Rollins back when he was Tyler Black versus AJ Styles in New Japan or something. I mean, they would just tear the fucking house down. So I mean, at some point you do want to get these two in the ring. And Mavado, the thing about it is, once Shinsuke has his match with AJ, and once that all plays out, getting AJ Styles in a rivalry, maybe even with Seth Rollins, would be a great idea. Because we know that it'd be the closest thing to AJ and Shawn Michaels that we could get.
Super Chat Party.
Seth freaking Rollins is the MVP. Fergie is a 1/10.
You see that, Jake? Seth Rollins is the MVP. Fergie is a 1 out of 10. Man of 1,005 holds. Hey, man of 1,005 holds, how you doing? Super kick! The Young Bucks! Look out! In stereo! Ring of Honor will never be the same after the Young Bucks... I'm sorry.
We'll see if I'm still doing it tomorrow night. I got a desk arm coming, so we'll find out if I still got the hair flip going.
Like, I mean, it legitimately
sound
looks...
effect every time I do it.
It legitimately looks like this, like every time, like it's fucking hilarious. Wesley Conklin. Wesley Conklin, thank you for subscribing, man. You'd be too sweet. Appreciate that.
So sweet. Cease and desist.
Cease and desist. I wish I could read Japanese. Ohayou gozaimasu.
I'm telling you.
Ohayou gozaimasu to all my Japanese friends. Ohayou
Chinese
gozaimasu.
for me. I've been playing Chinese PUBG on the Android phone, on my Galaxy phone.
Yeah,
I got down to the final 2 and lost, and down to the final 2 again and lost, but it's addicting. I had 7 kills the first game, 8 kills the next game. It's fun on mobile, I'll tell you.
Watashi wa anata o ashitemasu.
It's just, they do have in-game chat, which is a step above the Xbox, go figure. And just everybody yelling at you in Chinese is just fantastic when you kill somebody and they freak out.
That's crazy. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, so it's Chinese, right?
Yeah, it's
not
all
Japanese. Not Japanese.
Everything's in Chinese.
I don't know ni hao. I don't know any Chinese other than that.
That's it. So I missed the part tonight where Matt and Bray had their little back and forth backstage. They were doing like a little vignette. I didn't catch that, but I guess they did announce that they're going to have a one-on-one match this Sunday.
Who's going to have a one-on-one match?
Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy.
Oh, I thought, Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, they're having a match this Sunday.
Yeah, okay. I knew that, but
they announced it tonight. I missed the announcement, is what I'm saying. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they had announced it. I thought we knew it, but maybe we didn't. But yeah, one-on-one match. So this is clearly going to be the match that sets up the story that goes into, you would think, WrestleMania for the deletion to happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then they tweeted out this Sunday, Woken Matt Hardy looks to finally delete Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I know, but I still think they're going to go... I still think it's going to, it's going to go on to WrestleMania for a deletion.
Yeah.
I hope.
I mean, I wish they had just did it here, personally.
Oh, my God.
We've seen them fight quite a few times, and I would have rather have seen it done at Elimination Chamber.
I mean, yeah, I thought they would do a deletion at the Elimination Chamber, then do an actual match at WrestleMania. But, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be doing a match afterwards, since that's the point of the deletion, to delete your opponent.
They put Matt Hardy on cruise control. This isn't fucking the thing we wanted at all.
No,
this is
not at all. They're like, hey, we gave you, the broken gimmick, but what has he done? All he does is laugh.
Yeah.
There's nothing resembling the character we had in TNA and Impact and Ring of Honor. None of it whatsoever.
It's been garbage, man. It has been.
It's been awful. I mean,
it started all right.
Rape your anus, and then it was just, it didn't happen though.
Yeah, I sodomized myself for this.
Badly.
I sodomized myself for this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it just. I don't know why they missed the mark with this one. This was a slam goddamn dunk. They had the character already. They just had to insert it into WWE. Matt was script, act out, and control everything. If they gave him as much control as they said they did, they didn't have to do a damn thing. They didn't have to write him in. They didn't have to tell him, direction, nothing. The character was already pre-established elsewhere. They just had to give him a mic and some time and an opponent. And they controlled every angle and ruined it. You're going to go out there and you're going to laugh.
Do that damn thing you do and you laugh. Now,
exactly, and that's all we got from it.
I mean, I can still say that I still know. I mean, I'm still hanging on to the fact that I talked to Matt, and that Matt said that wait till you see what we do. He still said that. Now, whether he's being misguided or plans are changing on him that he didn't expect, I don't know. But he did tell me, and everything else he said has come true, but he did tell me, wait till you see what we do. It's just starting. But I feel like I've been told that a lot, so it's just...
Yeah, we've been promised that for a while, and I really hope, something comes to fruition as of Sunday. We didn't even know we were definitely getting this match until tonight when they, quickly announced it in the middle of Raw, or close to the end of Raw. And now for Elimination Chamber Sunday, I hope they're going to give a lot of time to the 2 Elimination Chamber matches, because we only have 4 matches. That's it. We have both Chambers. We have the Asuka Nia match, and now this, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt match. And then we have Ronda Rousey's contract signing. I guarantee that'll take up probably close to a half an hour. You watch. They're going to have somebody come out and talk, and, she'll say her a few words, and then she'll have some interaction with Stephanie McMahon. It'll be a big to-do, so... Watch that headline the night. Watch the Elimination Chamber, the Women's Chamber, not even headline. Watch Ronda Rousey herself headline the night. Then you watch people flip out. I guarantee she'll close the show. Watch. I'm making that prediction right here and now. Ronda Rousey, her contract signing, headlines the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
I'm gonna shoot myself in the head. Unknown caller on the phone.
Garbage.
Unknown caller, what's up?
Garbage.
What's garbage?
Ronda Rousey is garbage, homie.
Ronda Rousey, yeah, she kind of is. She's a broken woman who almost killed herself, and now she's in the WWE.
So what's she gonna do when she loses now? Was she gonna hang herself in WWE locker room?
Well, now she's guaranteed to win because it's all fixed anyway. If you can't,
because it's all fake.
If you can't beat them, go to a place where you can write that you never lose.
Exactly. And Jake, I appreciate what you said about Matt Hardy, because I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, it's because TNA sucked. That's why Matt Hardy was good." It's like, no, you guys have no idea. You didn't watch. It was incredible.
Yeah. Well, he was fantastic. Yeah, he was a shining star in a pool of shit.
Throw away all that shit. Haven't you seen him, man? He can free flow off the top of his head. He's always at, WrestleCon. You see him on YouTube doing the character and random. He can carry this whole thing by himself if you let him.
I watched him personally stay in character for, the better part of 7 hours with hundreds and hundreds of fans. And he never repeated himself once. He was just on. He was on constantly, and he just was so intrinsically unique. He was just dedicated to the cause. He wanted everyone to enjoy themselves. It's unparalleled.
Jake was with him
it was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing in wrestling, man.
When I was calling the Hardy match a year and a half ago, Jake was there with me, and we were running out of people to do things. So for a while, Jake was standing right there, making sure people got in and took a picture with the Hardy Boys. And Matt.
Yeah, I was working the ticket taking thing.
Matt did break character to me because he leaned over to me and he goes, "Hey, I got to piss. Where's the bathroom?" And by the way,
because y'all work together.
But the best thing about it was I go follow me and let's get out of here real quick. So me and Matt leave. I told this story before, but I accidentally took him through the auditorium door instead of the back door. So we walked out and everybody went "Raw!" and it was like Matt was there, and then we went out the side door, and then I go, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "I didn't mean to bring us out here." He goes, "Oh, shit happens, whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, but we just fucking ruined the whole pop of you showing up. Like, it was fucking stupid." But
he was so excited.
I appreciate y'all taking my call, and I ain't gonna take up your time, but I'm just confused because WWE pays all this money for these top tier talents. We have a 3-hour show, a 2-hour show. We have all these good wrestlers. We have all these unique feuds that we could have, but we don't have variety. We get no variety from WWE, and it's supposed to be the melting pot of the entire culture of professional wrestling. And what do? We get Usos versus the New Day. If that ain't prejudice, how come that's all they fight is the New Day and the Usos? And what happened to SmackDown? When they first did the brand split, SmackDown was better than Raw.
We know at least a couple times Vince neutered it a couple times, but we don't know if that's why. Yeah. That's not why it's completely sucked, but he did it a couple of times. But also remember, Jeremy Borash is now in the WWE. The guy that worked with Matt Hardy on the whole broken gimmick, Jeremy Borash, is now in WWE. So will that play a factor into where they go? I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully.
That made me optimistic, but now he's at NXT, and it's like, okay, but I think Matt needs him there because I think Matt's fighting the losing battle because it's Matt versus. That's another thing, a creative team that gets paid big money to write shitty stories.
Put Matt down in NXT. Put Matt down in NXT would be fucking amazing. And
Absolutely.
Thanks for the call, man. I got to move on. Otherwise, I could probably talk to him for a whole show.
Yeah, it was a great call, Joe. Not to derail the show or whatnot, but we have a legend in the chat. Beefy Mario is in the chat.
Oh my God! What?
Oh yeah,
Beefy Mario. What's up, Beefy? You beefy fuck.
He said he's trying to call in. So.
What number? Oh my God, Beefy! It's been so goddamn long. It's been over a year. But let's talk.
Long time.
Let's talk to Tommy NC 2010 is on the phone. Tommy, what's up?
Hey, Joe, I just want to say that I think your show is more entertaining than Raw. Honestly, I'd rather hear your opinion on Raw than watch Raw. And I just want to say you're doing an amazing show tonight, including you, man. Jake, DeMarco, you do an amazing job with Joe, delivering an awesome show every single night on every Raw and every SmackDown. I didn't watch Raw tonight, but I got to say, man, you guys do an amazing job on delivering your opinions on SmackDown and Raw every single damn night of the week. The World Heavyweight reviewing wrestling champions of the world.
Should I unzip my pants for you now?
No.
I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm kidding. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Love you, Tommy. We'll see you Friday night for Monetize This, right?
Yeah, I'll see you on Friday,
Tommy wants to
man.
get
I'll
another
be
win
there.
so he can go back for the title again. He
All
wants
right.
to be in contention for that title.
Tommy, if you lose, you have to shave your mustache.
What? No, if I win, I shave my mustache.
No,
No,
you want to
if you
keep
lose.
it. You know, that's right. So if you lose, you shave it. But if you win, you get to go for the title.
You know, if you shave your mustache, I think with that mustache, you have a 10% chance in your life of being accused of some sort of thing towards kids.
Some sort of shenanigans.
Yeah.
So you're saying with a mustache I look like a pedophile? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying if you shave it, you might have less, that 5 or 10% chance of you being accused of something you didn't do could go away.
Without my mustache, people say that I look like Chris Farley. With my mustache, people say I look like Jack Black. And when I was thinner, people said that I look like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Personally, well, I would go with Leonardo. I would want to look like Leonardo, number one. But but if you can't have Leonardo look alike, then I would definitely go with wanting to look like what was the other one? Chris Farley. I would rather look like Chris Farley than Jack Black. Jack Black looks like a fucking
down
creepo.
by the river, you know?
I am 35 years old, and I live in a van.
Thank you, Tommy. 702's on the phone. What's up, 702?
Hey.
Hey, what's up? What do you got, man?
Yeah, so going back to the thing, yeah, I think Brock Lesnar with the UFC suspension can't, perform in the state of Nevada, so that's why they kind of roll him off the card for this pay-per-view this week.
Sorry, someone wrote Leonardo DiCaprio and started laughing in the chat. Yeah, you're right. A couple of people sent me that now too. So he really can. I'm surprised. I guess I look at it differently. I look at athleticism, athletics, and fighting different because it's like theater. It's like he's
Well, TJ saying on Twitter that Mike Tyson, when he bit off Holyfield's ear, he was suspended by the Athletic Commission nationally. And that's why he went to WWE, because it was the only sport he could gain revenue, but he wasn't competing, so that's why I said it's odd that, it might be an issue. I'm leaning to agree with TJ, obviously, from what he said here, because it doesn't apply because it's not an actual sport.
Yeah.
But the Nevada Athletic Commission, they suspended him for 1 year for the 2 failed drug tests. And he also had to pay a $250,000 fine, to them. They overturned his match against Mark Hunt with a no contest, So I don't know. It could go either which way. Maybe it's just a line they don't want to cross, and that's why they're not having him fight here.
Thank you,
Could be
Vegas.
as simple as Brock just said no, but
If he would have served that suspension, it would have been up by now, so he would have been able to do it. But he did that thing. It's like, I want to retire, and then if he comes out of retirement, then he's got to do the rest of it. So
yeah,
I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, all right. Well, I got
it does make sense, though. It is a feasible point. It certainly is in the realm of possibility.
Thanks for telling us, because I forgot all about that again. I just brushed it off. Like, nah, there's no way. But I guess so. Hey, 419, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe and Jake?
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I just have a couple questions. So I just want to get your thoughts on Fastlane with Dolph Ziggler possibly leaving Fastlane as WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
If he doesn't, then they did the biggest setup ever to make you think that he was going to win it. Because with them sort of advertising his new contract and with the way they are sort of pushing him, it's either a giant troll job or it feels like they're going to have to do something with him because they gave him such a giant contract. But yeah, go ahead. What else with what else you were going to say?
And the second question, the possibilities of Ambrose returning in the Elimination Chamber because it's in Vegas, and that's where he lives. He's posting a couple of his wife at the night's game in Las Vegas. So you think that's a possibility?
People have been saying that for a while, that Ambrose could show up or do something or whatever. But I'm going to say that he doesn't show up. I don't think so. But I do think that the Ziggler thing is curious because if Ziggler isn't going to get a push, more likely to me, Dolph Ziggler would be the guy that would come into the picture after whoever wins the title. After Shinsuke wins or whatever, after there's a rematch or after WrestleMania, I would think Dolph Ziggler would be the guy that would be inserted to then be the guy trying to win the title all of a sudden. Because otherwise, you're talking about a $1.5 million glorified mid-carder or jobber.
Right.
Very, very bizarre to pay someone that much money when I don't get his value. I even get Titus O'Neil's value because of all the work he does with kids and the community out, with the WWE, the stuff with the black community stuff too, just everything. Titus is a great guy, but and Dolph is very talented, but I just feel like he's run his course.
I don't feel like he's worth more than Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins. They're only making $1 million, pounds, as it says here, so 1.2 million annually. And they're even talking about here how, excuse me, independent wrestler Ben the Hacker Heyman was on the Locker Room podcast, and he was sharing details about WWE's mid-card talent. He said many of the stars only make around $166,000 annually. That's a huge drop from what it was even 8 years ago. He said back in 2010, guys were making $6,000 a week with TV and house shows. These are mid-card guys, ex-OVW talent. Now the numbers are roughly $3,200 a week. So just looking at 6 to 8 year range, maybe from 2010 to 2012 to now, there's a 50% pay reduction. Plus house shows are down, so any bonuses along that way are down as well.
So if you just take the contract and you say that most guys, let's pretend that most people make $200,000, right? $50,000 in taxes. So now you're talking you make $150,000. And then if you take away the hotel room costs all over the place, now you're dropping down to around about probably $100,000 after food, expenses, hotel rooms, or whatever that isn't paid for by WWE. Most of it, 80% of that isn't paid for. So you're talking about making $100,000 a year for traveling. Everything they
travel
do
alone, you got to pay for it. And like you said too, but Dolph's contract included travel, I believe. Plus, he can pursue other endeavors. Why are they bending over backwards for him? You'd feel like he threatened to walk out, and they would say, "Okay, see you later." I feel like it's just an issue where they don't want to see him work elsewhere. That's it.
Yeah, it almost feels like they don't want him going anywhere else. And he's like a crutch or something, because some of these other guys, they don't know who's going to pan out and what's going to happen. And he's almost like a safety net, like he's a guaranteed 6 out of 10 guy, where some of these other people are falling shorter than that. And he can work with anyone and stuff, so maybe they see that value in a way. I don't know. I don't quite get it. But I'm going to go pee myself. I'll be right back, and then we'll get to the rest of the donations, maybe a call or two, and then we'll PUBG it.
Yeah,
but whatever you got, Jake, I don't know if you got something. I'm going to...
backstage information, Triple H is possibly gaining more power in the WWE. I mean, we knew over the past month that Triple H has taken on more responsibilities, and that includes being the showrunner for 205 Live, which I think has been much more enjoyable than the previous iteration of the show we've gotten. Recently we've seen more focus on the wrestling and the performers than the character-driven garbage that we were given before. Gulak came out this past week and just wrestled, and he looked like a force to be fucking reckoned with. He was just the total package in the sense that he was fierce, he was fast, he was competitive. There was no stupid PowerPoint presentation bullshit. Went out, fought, won, done. Moves up in the the bracket for the cruiserweight competition to crown their new champion. It's impressive to see them. That's the thing that they needed for the cruiserweight division for all of 205 Live. They needed them to highlight their strengths. You can have your characters, you can have your backstories, but it's not as necessary as you trying to differentiate these guys from your normal division by what they can do. They're lighter, they're more agile, so you want to showcase, like I said, their strengths, their abilities, their in-ring athleticism. Also, as at the time of this article, there wasn't a specific timetable given for a shift in power, but if the past month is any indication, it could be a piece by piece, starting with contract negotiations. So Dave Meltzer believes that Vince was the one behind Brock Lesnar's last contract with the WWE, and they said that Triple H was trying to spearhead against that, and it's unknown if there's going to be an attempt to re-sign the current Universal Champion, or if that's a task for Triple H, because Triple H is against spending that much money on one, potential star. So I think, that's a huge thing. I mean, they're giving Brock Lesnar $12 million. That's unfathomable, especially when we just talked about most of the wrestlers making less than $200,000 a year, somewhere between $100,000 and $2,000 in that ballpark. You have top tier talent that are making, close to $1 million roughly. But then, like you said, you have to factor in travel and accommodations, things like that. They bust their ass. John Cena makes anywhere between $6 and $8 million. But think about all he does compared to Brock Lesnar. I mean, all the Make-A-Wishes, all the the good harbored nature that he does for the company. He's constantly a positive face. He's on Good Morning America, and he's doing the PR tours and things of that nature. The USO shows. He's going overseas. He's a great ambassador and face for the company. As where Brock, you barely see him anywhere except for the 4 or 5 select pay-per-views throughout the year. As far as them paying people to just insane amount of money for very little return, I feel like hopefully they can kind of use that money to, 1, bring back Pyro, and 2, go ahead and give it more of like a trickle down effect. I feel like if the stars get more money, maybe they'll be a little bit happier. You'll see improvements in the ring, things like that. Because money is a driving force for a lot of people. If you're not happy with what you're doing, at least if you're getting paid well, your typical, opinion is for them to stay around a little bit longer. But you look at Neville, maybe if he was paid a little bit higher, he wouldn't have been so easily willing to give up the job and go elsewhere. He wouldn't have taken his ball and gone home. Maybe he could have stayed, and we could have seen him, work things out. Once Enzo got fired, Neville could have taken over the role as champion again. Whether he was displeased or not, maybe things would have changed. But because he wasn't getting paid the greatest, he was overworked at that point. He didn't like his position in the company. He left. And I mean, it's an unfortunate side effect of things. But also another thing of note here is that Stephanie McMahon made a comment, which kind of worries me. She said she could see WWE eventually being sold to Fox or Disney. I'll let that sink in for a second. There's been many rumors circulating the past few months about whether WWE is for sale following the announcement of Vince McMahon's new venture, Alpha Entertainment. That's for the XFL coming in 2020. I don't think they're going to sell the company anytime soon, but as far as maybe merging or, kind of, feeling out and slowing the reins a little bit, it could be possible. Stephanie, when speaking to Bloomberg Business Week, she was talking about the current state of WWE and who the company, if they were going to sell, could be sold to. She said UFC sold for $4 billion. Vince McMahon had a change of heart and has been more open to the possibility of selling up. On a recent conference call, Triple H was talking about whether WWE was, unquote, open for business, at least in terms of a potential sale. The heart of the matter is, Stephanie said, we've certainly thought about it. It would be foolish not to. She said, notably, Disney or 21st Century Fox would be the ones most likely to be sold to. Could you imagine if WWE was sold to Disney? That just scares the ever-living shit out of me. I mean, talk about non-PG now. Think about where we would head into the future with things.
You just terrified me with that.
Yeah, it's a real worrisome state of affairs.
Like, I am legitimately fucking terrified, dude. And then you talk about the women would main event everything now. Imagine if Disney owned WWE right now. The women would main event everything.
There would be nothing left without an agenda driven behind it. It would turn into, the snowflake hour.
Well, I mean, first of all, we've always talked about how they're really, I don't know if, it's always felt a little bit like African Americans and black wrestlers have definitely had to be that much better to get ahead. Definitely, I think. I don't think there's a general absolute racism, like, to keep people down, because Vince loves, like, the New Day and shit like that. He loves that stuff, and he loves black entertainers. Vince McMahon loves black entertainers. But I think he sort of sees them sometimes as a little bit of, like, a circus act or something. Like, it's not quite, I don't know. But he's had guys like this, like Rocky Johnson and stuff like that. But it has been a little bit tougher for those two guys to get ahead. But if Disney owned WWE right now, you would see the women at the forefront. All the champions would be black, and that's what would happen if Disney owned WWE right now. It'd be bad in a different way, right?
Yeah, exactly. A whole new light would be shed on the company, and
I would love if Fox bought it, though. Fox could do it.
Fox could be cool. I just worry about having a true board of directors to answer to, compared to people that have been nominated through throughout the years of WWE. I mean, yes, they have a board of directors now, but think about going forward, what would happen? It scares me.
Yeah, it would be.
It's definitely worrisome.
I mean, it would really.
And especially, Triple H is taking over power slowly. You figure they were worried about having him take over, as we said before, to be the full CEO. And since he's already the COO, they might want to just keep him with talent and make Shane the CEO, and then the actual, even that is worrisome, though, because Triple H is doing a great job with 205 Live. He's doing a great job, obviously, with NXT. Moving forward, I'd like to see him, as they predicted, get more power and take over the company more. He has a great mindset. He wants to change so they won't put so much money into just one star, like a Brock Lesnar or Ronda Rousey. I think that would be a good change, too. And then they go ahead, they have Triple H slowly transitioning to take over, and then they sell the company, and he's no more,
Right. He puts him in a good place, and then that's it. Why they would walk away from WWE, it would be very bizarre to see the McMahons not owning WWE and not being in charge of WWE. And unfortunately, it really would be a sad sort of situation where you saw Vince McMahon make the company public, and then slowly over the years do what they did, and then eventually end up selling the company to somebody else. It went from being a very family-run company to a public company that was still family-run, but also run by a board of directors, and the power just going away slowly, more slowly at a time. And if they partnered with somebody, even, it would be very disturbing, I think. But, in the hands of a Fox or somebody like that, you might see Fox move it to a TV 14 rating and actually make it better. Maybe. But
yeah, maybe.
Because, I mean, Fox, we've seen Fox knows what's up right now. Fox has a gauge for the thirst for the sort of the Deadpool audience out there, in a way. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but you know what I'm saying. Take the Star Trek Discovery, right? Star Trek Discovery has basically jumped on board with the left-wing agenda, and I know Star Trek has always been very open-minded with race and whatever the fuck. It's really liberal, very progressive, and that's what Star Trek's always been. It's great. But the new Star Trek is very much like, there's let's face it, there's only one white guy on the show, and he's a gay guy, and the other white guy is the villain. So it's like, yeah. So I mean, Star Trek Discovery, is very progressive / anti-male, anti-white guy. And there's this whole weird thing, the Klingons are Trump supporters, and it's just weird because you can't get around the political agenda that they're really pushing on you.
Yeah, it's all politically motivated. Amanda just said on Twitter, every white male wrestler gets fired immediately.
But on the Orville, the Orville, it feels like a bunch of different races and people working together. That's what the Orville feels like.
So, yeah, and that's a Fox Yeah.
So Fox releases the Orville, and the Orville has been really doing well. So that's one of the shows, because you wouldn't. Fox used to be like this too. Remember when Fox, like, I mean, they've always been like this, Family Guy and shit like that. But remember, like, Married with Children back in the day, they always had these shows that were considered controversial. You remember Married with Children was considered like offensive back then. And actually, if you watch it now, it's like really would fucking piss off those people. You know, nowadays.
It was real. You know, the no ma'am stuff and.
Yeah, and you know, with the whole, like, even the Black Panther movie, like, I like the Black Panther movie, but, like, there's people tweeting about it, like, oh my god, it's the most amazing thing ever, like, finally, like, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Somebody earlier wrote, yeah, it's about time, you know, something like they had Seinfeld and Friends, all white shows, it's about time finally a black show, and I was like, what are you talking about, motherfucker? I grew up with the goddamn Cosby Show, Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Did slavery end 5 years ago?
That's what it feels like lately. I mean, you made that tweet before, and that's a great point. First, I was like, huh, and then you made a great point. Like, growing up, it felt like we were so far removed from racial tension and wars. Now it feels like it's something that we just finished the Civil War.
It feels like that on social media, but it doesn't feel like that in real life.
Yeah.
When I walk down the street and see all my friends, like, nobody is like this.
Fine.
Nobody is like this.
The uprising on social media acts as if, you know, we're out there warring every day.
Yeah, you would think that there's just all this shit going on, like it's insane. It's like, nope, pretty sure it's not. I've just seen all my friends hanging out with each other, different colors, different whatever. We don't sit there talking about the bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
my neighbor Ty and I just had coffee together this morning. I didn't whip him to get coffee. You know,
yeah,
it's
really weird.
It's ridiculous.
Like they didn't like 5 black guys didn't jump me and beat me up. I didn't say something racist to them. Like, we're all just friends like normal. But then if you go on social media, you would think that there was a major war going on. Granted, there are problems still. There are fucked up shit still. But you would have thought none of this shit happened. You would have thought Blade never happened. You would have thought Spawn never happened. You would have thought
there was never a black superhero movie until
fucking goddamn Rush Hour with Chris Tucker, for Christ's sake. I mean, like, Bad Boys, like, that was a big movie. There's so many movies, dude. You would think that there was never any, like, fucking movies. And by the way, Black Panther was a good movie, but it was just a okay movie. The thing I liked about Black Panther was it wasn't another Marvel movie that was, like, big super thing at the end, tries to blow everyone up, and then they save it. Like, that was the good thing about Black Panther, was it was, like, different. Like Ant-Man was different, too. It's just like Ant-Man. It's like there's a... You know, it's better than Ant-Man, I think was, but it's another one of those B Marvel movie stories, and I don't know, so I don't get the people that rain on the parade of Black Panther, but I also don't get the people that are like, oh, this is gonna change everything.
Yeah, and I love the fact of, like, you know, if you don't see it, you're racist, but if you do go see it and you're white, then you're taking away a seat from, you know, someone that's black that could be enjoying the movie.
Oh man, dude, this country.
Somebody tweeted out, they're like, so when is an appropriate time for me to go and see this movie? You know, it's just like the whole thing was ridiculous.
Oh, did you see that the LGBTQ whatever community's mad that they're not in it?
Yeah.
No, they're mad. We're not in it. Like, shut the fuck.
Peter
what
was
is
upset
wrong
about
with everybody?
Something too with the movie, something to do with an animal. They were. I
Peter's
saw
mad
that briefly.
too. Just fucking stupid idiots. First of all. And then like somebody gave the movie a negative review, so then everyone complained about that guy. It's just dude, let me tell you something. This country, while most of us seem normal, there's got to be at least 30% of this country that's fucking retarded. Like, I mean,
because there was one reviewer that said it followed a similar cookie cutter formula to other Marvel movies, and they're like, cookie cutter. And they basically like went through this guy's tweets to see if he ever said anything racist, and they took one joke out of context and they made him sound like an absolute bigot.
Yeah,
and he's like, I am anything but racist.
Well, all you got to do is go.
Just ridiculous.
Just go look at his previous reviews if you want to compare the guy. Go look at his other reviews.
He had no issues. It was just, you know, he was always hypercritical of Marvel movies because he was a big time comic book fanboy, and he felt like this one followed the same, you know, formulaic ABC kind of plot, which I guess it does. You know, they have that, you know, first, second, and third act flow to them, which most of the Marvel movies do. You know, they have a lot of humor.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kind of like a Disney requirement with Marvel. And yeah, to everybody in the chat, Joe and I know that Fox was bought by, you know, Disney, but I guess there's still individual companies. You know, part of Fox is still It's not like a total subsidiary yet, but they're still like independent of Disney at this point.
That makes
they bought out parts of Fox, but not in its entirety.
Yeah. I was very confused by their.
It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, like the legal situation and what they can and can't do or could do without making the big brother angry. I mean, it's really weird. But yeah, I just say out there to everybody that's listening, because a lot of people watching right now is ADTR's in the house. Party. What's up, ADTR?
Who's going to induct Jeff Jarrett to the WWE Hoff?
Tennessee Lee, baby. Bring out Tennessee Lee.
Kurt Angle.
Deborah McMichael. Yeah.
Get Kurt Angle to do it. They could bring Karen out.
That could be good.
You know,
but all I want to say is before I wrap up my speech here is, you know, everybody out there, everyone is so clung to their agendas. It's insane. That's why we can't get anything done right now. I almost wonder if it's because we're in the infancy of social media. Like, as humans, we were doing pretty goddamn good in 98. Like, for the most part. There was still problems. Marcus Milroy, thank you for the sub. But it feels like we're in the infancy of social media, and everyone is like gone crazy and doesn't yet know how to handle it. Plus, all the millennials are on, and they've never experienced anything but social media. So they're used to most of their opinions going online first, rather than facing someone and giving their opinion there. So like that begins to build in their minds of confidence, and then it translates opposite in real life, where before it used to be like eventually your real life feelings would go online, and now it's all cluster fucked up. But it's very strange, man. It's very weird. It's just like you can't let, like, certain people on the right can't let black people just have a good moment, but then people on the left just want to make this crazy shit out of nothing and just make it seem like everything we've ever done was so terrible, and really guilt and shame people if they go to the movie too early or don't go to the movie or go to the movie late. It's like there is something wrong in this country when if I go to Black Panther the night it opens, there's a portion of people that think that I'm a shithead for going to the movie the first night it opens because I'm taking a seat from a black person. And then there's something fucked up that many people would say, if I didn't go see the movie, that I was racist. So when you have all these people angry at everything, what can you do that's right? What can you do that's right?
A movie written by two white guys.
A movie written by two Jewish white guys.
Exactly. Angel just said in the chat too. You know, the same thing I was going to say. It's.
You know why?
I don't know nowadays.
You know what?
There is no pleasing
They love
everyone.
to do
That's
this.
the problem.
These people that have the money are keeping everyone fighting about everything. The people with the money, they know what's going on. They're sitting back laughing. Look at these fucking retards fighting over when a white person can go see a movie. And then if somebody doesn't go see a movie, why can't we just be happy that Black Panther got made a movie? If you went back years ago and said, hey, guess what? They're going to make Ant-Man a movie, and they're going to make fucking Guardians of the Galaxy a movie, and they're going to make Black Panther a movie. As a comic book person, you would be like, this is fucking awesome. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is amazing.
They're giving time to the other characters that aren't Superman and Batman, that aren't Iron Man and Thor.
But instead, there's all these just diversions of dumb shit, and it's hilarious, but sad at the same time. But anyway, let's move on. So that's my thing. The bottom line is everybody's a fucking human, and we should all be nice to each other. And I fucking hate the left and the right. I fucking hate the political shit in this country. Go fuck yourself. Just be good. How about that? Everybody fucking ban this, ban that, ban the fucking cars. I don't fucking know.
Big thanks to Matt the Misfit, who just sent me this tidbit of news letting us know that Titus Worldwide's not Apollo Crews, and Titus O'Neil have challenged the Raw Tag Team Champion Sheamus and Cesaro, a.k.a. The Bar, this Sunday at WWE's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Oh,
I bet you that'll be on the kickoff show.
There's a retain for Sheamus and...
Yeah, The Bar will keep it until Mania, you know.
Well, at least they...
Well, they might not. Think about it. They've had, Titus Worldwide has had a great deal of success as of late.
Dude, Wesley Snipes was the shit.
They won quite a few matches previously. They beat Cesaro and Sheamus tonight in a non-title match in 4 minutes.
I mean, maybe they'll do something with them. Maybe they'll do something.
And then they said that Titus O'Neil hosted 2,000 underprivileged children at showings of the Black Panther movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was.
I mean, that's fantastic with him. Kudos to him. My hat's off.
I love Titus O'Neil, man. Titus is such
That's fantastic. I can't give him enough credit for that. You
He's
know,
a good guy.
that shit's amazing. How cool it would have been, you know, growing up and, you know, you're underprivileged. I grew up poor. It sucks. And then you get to meet, you know, a celebrity and go to a movie with him. That's great. You know, that's a huge thing.
Joe, did you see this bitch Emma thinking she knows how to run America? Who's that? Emma who? Emma Gonzalez? Who's that?
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it.
Let me go look her up.
Enough shit to keep up with.
We're going to play PUBG in a minute. I thought you were talking about Emma. Oh, I see.
No,
Emma. I know Emma Gonzalez. Yeah, she's one of the students at the school, right? Who was in the attack.
Oh, was she the one that was doing the? She had like a 7-minute speech on CNN.
I talked about her on my. You're not going to like my answer to this, unfortunately, sir. But I talked about her on Morning Madness this morning on my Patreon. If you guys aren't on my Patreon, please give us some support if you'd like. But also, you don't just give me money; you also get something. I'll have Morning Madness out for you every morning now again. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. $5 a month to support my show and to get a bunch of bonus shit. You can use it on your phone or your desktop. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. You can even sign up for $2 a month or $1 a month. If you do $5 a month, if you guys sign up for $5 a month, you get Morning Madness Monday through Friday now. Other bonus little audio logs and things like that. Plus Corrupted Podcast every week. 2 hours, and I talked about Gonzalez.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to criticize. I'm not going to criticize somebody that was in the school. This girl,
no, she just survived a school shooting.
She just survived a school shooting. Yeah,
she's 17, right? Or no, she's 18 years old, and she's been through a great deal of trauma. And no, she may not have all the answers or the answers that everybody wants to hear, but she's motivated, and she lost, you know, people that were close to her. She went through a hellacious situation, and you know, she went ahead and, you know, tells her tale and what she feels is right to do, and she wants people to take action. Nothing wrong with her demanding that, you know, someone is held accountable besides the shooter for this.
But let me also tell you this. I have noticed that the left and the right, the right, like Fox News and stuff, they have pulled out students that have said that that they love guns and there's nothing wrong or whatever. There's nothing wrong with guns. So both sides have pulled cherry-picked kids to represent the issues or whatever the fuck. I think it's a mistake that for them to be going after the guns like they are. I think they really need to start small, which is background checks and mental stuff. They need to go after the mental, because I've said this a million times. The fact of the matter is, the guy was a mental patient at one point. Guy was a mental patient, had the cops called 30 times, the FBI 3 times was contacted. All you had to do was put in place a tougher background check for this guy, and you would have realized that he shouldn't get this weapon. That's all you needed to do. You don't. So, like, I think she should start there. So if you want to talk about the guns thing, she should start there. All these kids should start there. But they're going for broke, going after the guns, and that's the problem. Is, unfortunately, I hate to tell you, but even though I think everybody should have a right to bear arms and do whatever, I just think we need tougher background checks. Because I don't like the saying, oh, they'll get it anyway. They'll get it anyway. Well, guess what? If they're going to get it anyway, then make fucking drugs legal. Make all drugs legal right now.
Exactly.
If they're going to get it anyway, then make them all legal. Make drunk driving legal. Make drunk driving legal, because guess what? They're going to do it anyway. And the bottom line is, even though drunk driving is illegal to a certain extent, it's not even all illegal. You can have a couple drinks. It's illegal. So most people don't want to get arrested, so they don't drink and drive, but sometimes people do drink and drive. But if you just allowed it, you would absolutely, nobody could sit here and tell me that the car accidents wouldn't go up, because they would. Yeah. Because more people would say, oh, you know, whatever, I'm not going to get in trouble, just don't want to crash. I mean, you don't want to crash. So you'd still have a lot of people who were scared to do it, but you would definitely see more accidents. Why do we make it illegal? Because it's the right thing to do, to make it illegal.
It's not safe.
Right, and it's not safe, and it's, you put a negative light on it. It still happens.
Put innocent people at risk by allowing
the argument that a crazy mental patient who is clearly not fit to be holding a weapon made for murdering people,
responsible gun owner,
is not a responsible gun owner. And listen, this guy can't be a responsible gun owner because he's fucking mental.
He can't be trusted.
It's not the gun's fault. We shouldn't be banning guns, but we should be banning mental patients from having weapons that kill people. And there's different levels of mental. I'm not talking about people with anxiety and shit like that. That's why you need to be evaluated. And if we go deeper into mental states and evaluate people a little bit better, there's never going to be a clear answer. You're never going to be able to stop somebody who's evil all the time, but you can at least try. They're not even trying, and even people that give the argument of, oh, let's have better background checks, they're met with, oh, well, they'll get him anyway. Well, let's make rape legal because they'll fuck her anyway. Let's make rape legal because a guy will, if he wants to rape somebody, he'll rape them anyway. So make rape legal. Rape's not legal. Why isn't it legal? Make
like what
rape
Chris
legal.
Rock had to say too. You know, I'm not with him.
Oh yeah,
about
kill white people.
I'm not with him about wanting to ban all guns. You know, I don't believe that. But I like the fact of what he said about, you know, oh well, if someone doesn't have guns, you know, at their access, they're going to go and stab 100 people. My ass. If someone gets away with stabbing 100 people, that's 97 people that deserve to die and 3 victims.
Well,
you know, if you see somebody down there getting stabbed, like, oh shit, they're getting stabbed. They come a little closer. Oh, you just stabbed somebody else.
Run away from him.
You just stabbed that guy. I just got stabbed. Oh shit. You know, like, you
I will
deserve to
say,
die.
in a military style attack, I was sent this video earlier. 4 years ago or something in China, there was a military style attack with knives. They killed 33 people. So you can kill people.
Is.
But if you showed up at a train station with weapons, you could kill about 100 people. But so the point is, you don't need to ban guns. So I think these kids and everybody shouldn't start with ban guns because they're going to meet so much opposition. But if you start with don't let crazy people have guns, then you'll do a lot better. But
yeah, you lessen the problem. And how the FBI, like right now, if you had a troll in this stream that was giving you shit, let's say I wanted to go ahead and let's pick random, Dolphin on High. You know what I mean?
What's up, Dolphin on High?
I want to fuck him over because he's an asshole, right? We go ahead, we can backtrace. You do have ways to backtrace and find out his name, his information, his address, especially if you're the fucking FBI. Well, they had that kid, Nicholas Cruz. That was his YouTube username,
Yeah.
Nicholas Cruz. First name, last name. They said they couldn't find him because there's too many Nicholas Cruzes. You're telling me you couldn't figure out who the fuck he was, but you can hear me through my cell phone?
They're so full of it. They're so full of it, dude. It's just all they have to do is subpoena YouTube and Google. And
they don't even have to subpoena anybody. They just click a fucking, they have access to everything.
Right.
There was too many users with that name and blah, blah, blah. With the way the accounts work out, there's an email address. You think this crazy bastard's going to, work through a VPN and secure networks and not have something that's cached or backlogged that directs to him?
Hey,
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at NG Fresh. He's saying, Dolphin on High, I'm doing him wrong. But,
I'm sorry, man. We went off on a fucking tirade tonight. But the good news for you guys watching is that I have no agenda for the right. I have no agenda for the left. So the good news is I'm not preaching to you from the right or the left. I have no agenda on either side.
As much as I'm viewed as a sensitive bastard at times, I just don't want to see fucking innocent children. I don't want to see anybody get shot, but especially innocent school children.
I would
to the
say,
point where bulletproof backpacks are on the rise for sales. I mean, seeing that, I made this joke a few years back with you. Remember, I'm like, oh, by the time Dana gets to middle school, I'm going to have to send her with a shotgun and a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Well, now they're sending them with bulletproof backpacks.
Kevlar backpacks. Well, I don't know if it's Kevlar, but it's bulletproof backpacks.
It's a bulletproof backpack.
Okay, pass or smash. I would pass on Simon Gotch. I don't trust guys with mustaches. I hate what I look like. I don't want to look like this. This is Leah's fucking fault. And yeah, the FBI are idiots. I said this. Most of the other gun situations, you probably couldn't really have prevented unless you got rid of guns. But this one, with this kid, this is the one you could have prevented with background checks of mental people.
Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you? How do you feel about this? People are blaming the Uber driver that
who dropped him off?
School. He the kid didn't have fucking like the Vegas shooter, where he had crates that had the word gun on it. He had a backpack.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, a duffel bag. It looked like an athletic bag, and he's dropping the kid off at the school. You would think he looks like a high school student. You know what I mean? What are you supposed to interview him and search his bag when he gets in the car?
Yeah,
the guy didn't know.
You can't blame the Uber driver.
But people are going out.
You can investigate him.
Doxing him and
why?
They're doxing him and they're attacking him endlessly. The guy is admittedly like beside himself. He feels so guilty knowing that essentially he was the accomplice unwillingly to this murder or murders by driving the kid there. I mean, go figure. The goddamn killer took an Uber to his plan of attack.
That's so ridiculous.
But he said he wasn't irate, he wasn't erratic, he was calm, he was quiet, he barely spoke.
Like it's the Uber dude. Why would anybody who's mad at the Uber driver is wasting time? Nobody should be mad at the Uber driver. They should be mad at the school who knew this guy couldn't bring a backpack to school. And number two, no one saw this guy who was banned from coming to the school showing up there. And number three, the
with a
FBI
gigantic duffel bag.
And the FBI ignored all that shit like they always do. And I mean, like, and on and on and on. Like, fuck you if you're being pissy with the Uber driver. You're wasting breath.
Wasn't he erratic? Wasn't his behavior a telltale sign? How could you not have known that something was up?
No, this guy knew what he was doing. He said he wanted to be the best school shooter ever, and then he went there, shot people, and then fucking mingled into the people like he was a student, and then got out of the building.
Escaped.
And then they found him fucking blocks away somewhere later. This guy knew exactly what he was doing and how to get past people.
And it wasn't even the cops from that area. It was a cop from another town that had the APB pass by him. They saw the image from the school security camera that was sent to the cops, and that a cop from another town was the one that arrested him initially.
And dude, the both sides are so retarded. Okay, so the left wing people think that guns kill people. No, the people do. The right wing people think that it's mental health, but they've put no real strict laws about mental health in place. And then now the right-wing people want to blame it on video games. So guns don't kill people. People kill people. Except now we're going to say that video games kill people. Well, what the fuck is it? You are all fucking retards. Every single old cunt fuck in Congress in America is a retard. Every one of you shriveled up old cum fucks can suck my dick. That's why I'm mad, bro. That's why I want to see these kids walk out of school. I want to see everybody leave school because these people in Washington can suck my goddamn dick. Are you kidding me? You think guns did it? You think video games did it? It's the mental people. It's the mental situation in this case. This case, it's mental. It's not either one. How could it be either one? And then people saying that, oh, the cars don't kill people. There's thousands of accidents every year. That's not the same thing. So this country is fucked, from what I can tell, from both sides with retard arguments getting nowhere with everything. We will never get ahead because these people in Congress, I'm going to tell you right now, are you watching? Any old fuckers from Congress watching? You're fucking retarded. I hope your fucking families get hurt, you fucking retards, because you can't figure out how to even do anything right, you stupid fucks.
Absolutely. You made a great fucking point, too, by saying that, the wrinkled old fucking cunt bags. They should have a term limit on how many times you can serve in Congress. Yeah. A lot of the problem stems from the fact that they all have this ancient mindset. You got all these fucking 70 and 80-year-old, Wall Street bastards in there that only know what corporations are in their back pocket paying for things like the NRA, like big pharmaceutical companies, things like that. You need fresh minds and new bloods in there that understand a millennial mindset per se, but they need a new outlook on life.
But see, I don't want millennials in charge too, because they're fucking out of their minds too. Like everyone's out of their minds, dude.
Mindset of like today's, millennial's not the right word, but you want someone a little bit more.
Somebody younger, somebody around our age, or something like 30s and late 20s, 30s, 40s even.
Exactly.
But not 70 years old, been there for fucking 30 years. And by the way, if you guys want more of this talk, we've completely derailed off Raw, but we did Raw for over an hour, but now we're talking life. But this is what we talk about over on Corrupted YouTube channel. So youtube.com/Corrupted Podcast. If you like this, you want to head over there. If you don't like this, we probably should shut up now. But know that I'm in your fucking corners, everybody. I'm in every motherfucking corner. But I'm not into harming people on either side of any side for whatever reason. You got to hear everyone's argument and decipher it and try to come up with the best solution. But it feels like both sides don't do that really. They just really stick hard to whoever's paying them and what they want to do. And they deny everyone else's. The left people, they don't care about gun owners who are responsible who have hunted and stuff like that. They just want to take everything away, which I agree. If we could get rid of all guns, great. That'd be amazing, but that's not going to happen. But the right side wants to just defend the guns to no end. I mean, so it's just like nobody cares a little bit about each other's shit, and that's what's fucked up about this
That's a huge problem. I don't want to get rid of all guns, but I'm more in the mindset that, you know, my wife, her entire fucking family is all hunters, you know, and they use bows or rifles.
Oh, I would love a bow. I think I'm going to get a bow,
No
Jake.
one's using an Armalite fucking rifle to go hunting. You're going to shoot a goddamn deer with an AR, you know, that thing's going to be exploded into little goddamn bits. And you can't use a fucking assault rifle for home defense, because if you shoot the intruder, it's going to go through that wall, the bathroom, your kid's room, and the fucking neighbor's house.
No, because there's where I disagree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying I even believe this, but I'm saying you need to be able to defend yourself if there was a situation where the government or whatever the fuck. But here's the thing. The government got goddamn bombs. Chemical warfare. What are we going to do? You know what, Jake? I'm waiting for like people to just get sick and tired of everything. I think they did. We put Trump in because we got sick and tired of everything. Like, this is not this is fucked. Like, let's throw some
anti-establishment, get away from, you know, typical cronies.
But now everyone's mad again still. So I'm just waiting for people to go fuck this and to storm the fucking, like, the goddamn Washington. You know what I mean?
Take over the White House. It might happen in our
I'm
lifetime.
saying both parties. I'm saying both parties just so fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
because everyone's so fed up. You know, a lot of people thought Trump would be the answer because, you know, he wasn't a politician. He was a businessman. He was, essentially a self-made millionaire. And he was prophetic in a way, because he proclaimed to have the answers for a lot of issues. And since he's gotten in there, he hasn't really delivered. But he also hasn't been able to deliver on a lot of what he wants.
A lot of people would just.
It goes both ways.
He has delivered. He's delivered on the money part. See, that's the thing. Trump has delivered money-wise, but he's not delivering socially. He's not delivering on the social things. People are terrified of what he's done socially, but money-wise, economy-wise, he's delivering, because he will. But, you know, we could get into a whole fucking thing there, but we'll do it over on Corrupted. We're going to play some PUBG in a second. Anything else you want to say about Monday Night Raw? We talked a lot about Raw tonight. It was the one thing I can say about Raw as we're closing out here is I just give them credit for at least doing something different. They at least something different was done than the norm, because goddamn were they fucking terrible week to week up until tonight. So I will say, WWE, good job at least doing something different. And that's all I'll say about everything, and then we'll play PUBG. I'll let Jake say one more thing. And the only other thing I'll say is I didn't vote, because fuck it. Go ahead, Jake. I don't know. Anything?
Yeah, I was really surprised by ProWrestling.net's poll tonight. 54% said it was a great show, gave it a grade of an A. And usually they're very critical over there. You see a lot of D's and F grades. So that surprised me. But yeah, I'm giving tonight a 7. I'm much higher than you. Yeah, I really enjoyed tonight's show. I probably should give it a little bit less, because the everything up until the women's match was a great night, but the women's ending, it's such a clusterfuck. And I mean, you had Michael Cole so focused on the fact of, you know, 2v2v2 for friendships. You got Bailey and Banks. You got DeVille and Rose. Now you've got Bliss and James working together. So it's you know, like a 3-way tag team for the Elimination Chamber, when it should be every woman for themselves. They really fucked it up, and I felt like the entire situation was a mess. And especially after seeing a phenomenal Gauntlet match that took up 2 hours earlier. I mean, that was just nothing but the wrestling. They told stories by wrestling. They sold and rose stock in people through wrestling. This is something we've wanted to see for quite some time. I couldn't have been happier, you know? And then we get this shit show. It was really disheartening, and I can't help but feel like if it wasn't for the women's revolution agenda, you know, they wouldn't have had this be the main event at all, sadly. I agree with the women getting a chance, but I don't feel like they should be the main focus. Not on all nights. I mean, some nights, yes. But tonight is not one of those times.
It really didn't even feel like it. There's an argument to be made there, though, Jake, that they don't think the main event is the main focus on Raw anymore, because the third hour is so. The viewership is high. The viewership was highest when Seth Rollins was in the middle of his Gauntlet match.
Yeah,
the viewership is lowest at the close of Raw. So
That's a good point too, but
you could argue the spotlight is actually there, and they've just flipped around the stuff to match the numbers.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point as well. It just feels like, you know, all in all, their experiment is just a PR stunt. You know, the women's revolution, I was saying with Diva Bible earlier, it really feels like an all in all PR stunt. It lacks direction, it's unmotivated, and it's just to make the WWE look good.
Dude, my music was back on again. All my settings were reset again. Every time now, almost every other day.
I don't think there was another patch yet. Bluehole was talking about how there was an issue with them getting out the latest patch.
Oh my God,
because most of the staff, the small amount of staff that they have, is in Korea, and they're celebrating their New Year on vacation. So
I'm telling you though, dude, it's like every other day my settings get reset like there was an update, but there wasn't one.
Yeah, it says right here, PUBG Xbox One Update 9, Bluehole patch delay.
So weird. Why does it reset on me then? I don't get it.
I don't know either. It said the patches have tended to be weekly, but community coordinator Robo Danja, whatever, the Korean team are spending time with their families for Lunar New Year. And he was talking about the promised developer roadmap. It would also explain why the Xbox One update has been delayed, and they'll have correspondence later in the week. So they said they took time out of their holiday to post this. They said, please bear in mind, once they have finalized all the details later this week, they'll let us know.
Who makes the game? Is it? I mean, where's the game made? What country is it?
I believe it's in Korea.
So it is Korean. Okay, South Korean.
I believe it is. Yeah, it's Korean
Obviously.
Publisher Bluehole, but
Okay.
I think it's Americans partially. You know, I mean, Brendan Green is the the main lead designer.
Well,
he's Irish, so he's from Ireland.
Well, that's cool that it's like a crazy, like, diverse team of just anybody who's smart enough to do it.
I mean,
It's
it was
cool.
only like 4 or 5 people, I believe, in the beginning that made PUBG. The guy, Player Unknown himself, that's Brendan Green, and he made like basically DayZ, I believe it was, the Battle Royale version for DayZ.
Something on.
Yeah, it was Arma 2 and then
Arma
Arma
2.
3, and he used the things there to go ahead and make the mods for that, and then they took his mod and they brought him over to H1Z1, and he didn't like what was going on there, and he got contacted by people in Korea to make their own game, and that's when he made PUBG.
That's awesome, man. I mean, I love it, man. And H1Z1 dropped the ball, dude. Did they fuck up over there?
They really had it made. And I mean, the problem with that, like even Dr. Disrespect was talking about it earlier, the problem is that the way they built the mindset around that game is that all you need is one weapon to win the entire thing. They took out the meta to such an extent that it doesn't matter. The skill gap is gigantic yet non-existent at the same time. There's less of a strategy, and like that's the thing. Like Call of Duty. I don't want to say it doesn't take skill to play Call of Duty, because you definitely need skill, but a lot of that isn't necessarily like all-around skill based, because there's like Halo. There's a lot of strategy in Halo because if I start shooting you, you actually have the chance to turn around and return fire. There's a shot reverse shot for every gunfight typically, unless you have a power weapon or some variance of that. But for the most part, there's a chance for me to rebuttal what you do. In Call of Duty, since it only takes anywhere from 2 to 4 bullets to kill someone, there's not a lot of chance to, retaliate. And that's the thing with PUBG. It takes a lot of strategy and mindset. Most of these things. I don't feel like Fortnite has that either. I feel like Fortnite, is pretty much like a 2-shot kill scenario as well.
Yeah, but
that's why
Fortnite has all the building and stuff, so I feel like it is.
Well, that's on top of it. That's the strategy part, but I'm talking in terms of shooting.
Yeah, I don't really. I guess I don't like the shooting in that either. I don't know. Yeah, I've enjoyed PUBG the most. I like Fortnite, but they're all good. I mean, it's all fun to play all of these, but I've just enjoyed this the most. Guys, we're live on Twitch now. So just so you guys know, live on Twitch, if you guys want to come over on Twitch and watch the PUBG stream, we'll stay on YouTube for a few more minutes, but I encourage you, and I'm begging you guys, come over to Twitch, man. Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. It's free. It's free to come over there. So go over there. Let's see if we can get my numbers up. We can get 100 or a couple hundred people. That'd be sick. Let's go have a fucking party and let's fuck somebody up. Also, if you guys want, click the like button and stick the thumb up my ass. We can almost get to 300 likes maybe with 700 people still in here. And me and Jake are going to jump on some PUBG and see what's up. And we're heading over there now. So sit tight and watch this shit go down. Here we go. Are you coming on, Jake?
Yeah, I'm on. Are you going to start a party, or did you want me to start one?
Yeah, you know what? You can start. Send me an invite.
All right, I will send you an invite now.
All right, I'll get my headset. All right, I'm getting off Skype. Yo, what's up? Let's go. Do it up. Also, if you guys subscribe to me on Twitch, if you want to, it's free for anybody with Amazon Prime to subscribe to me on Twitch. And I get paid, and it costs you nothing. So feel free to do that as well. Thank you to Elias and Chronic for hosting the show, and ADTR for the $2 earlier. Oh, get inside me, bro. Something crazy's happening tonight. I'm not sure what that is, but it's happening. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had 3 second-place finishes today.
That's so funny. We had 3 3-place finishes last night with Troy.
I saw some of that earlier today when I watched it back. You guys got robbed that second one.
Yeah, dude. I was horrible.
Shouldn't have died there. When you got shot in the back.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
I was so bad though yesterday. Like I was like really bad. Like very bad. Like Troy needed it.
I was the most stacked up and set up I've ever been today. And I fucked myself for second place.
That sucks.
I had a sniper rifle with extended mags that I got out of a loot crate, and 8x scope and silencers, and I was so goddamn loaded it was ridiculous.
All right, guys, if you can...
I've been playing a lot of first person too, just to switch it up.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I never do that. I mean, I go into first person a lot, but I don't play it straight up.
Are we doing just you and I?
Yeah, let's do doubles for a few minutes, and then maybe we'll bring in some listeners or whoever wants to play.
All right, I know D Moon's on.
I'll put Moon in. If he's here, you can put D Moon in if we want. Or just play one and invite everybody, and then we'll get him in after.
Yeah, we'll see who wants to join us.
We got about 60 people on Twitch, so thank you guys for that. Oh, I can create a room for subscribers.
Have you talked to Bobby yet?
Wow. No, he hasn't responded to me.
Ruh-roh.
He sucks. Like, how fucked up you gotta be that bitter? I mean, like, it made no sense why he's even mad.
I know.
I mean, I was mad because... I'm mad because he did this with NHL, and now the only time I can play NHL is, like, you know, late at night with him because he refuses to play with more than one person. And it's like, that kind of is stupid. And I got mad because I started hearing him being like, oh, you know, this... I don't like 4 people, and he started bitching and stuff, and I was like, oh no, here we go. You know, this game's ruined too.
It was pretty odd the way it worked out. I knew you had said he had given you some flack before, but...
Yeah, he basically went into the same...
Gravy v Magic said he'll join us next game, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we'll add him next. As long as you got a mic and you're not
the top donator
crazy,
tonight?
you're good to go.
Who's going to be the top donator tonight? We'll see. If you guys want to support the show, we got the super chat won't work when we go to Twitch only, but right now the old Streamlabs ones will work. They're on your Twitch account, wherever the fuck. If you guys want to donate tonight,
where do you want to go?
We'll see who gets it. Let's see.
Wherever you pick quick, we'll go.
Let's go to let's go right here. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people maybe, but
all right.
Let's pick a house that doesn't have a lot of people. Go.
Ready?
I might have gone a little early, but
no, you're all right. We'll catch up.
I'll text Troy too if we want.
Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, like you said, I didn't picture him to bitch out like that. I figured maybe sports games because he.
No, he does, dude. He's a mess.
You know.
He's so irritable now, and it's weird that he was like, oh, I don't need this drama or something. He doesn't usually get all shitty with me. He just gets like, whatever, fuck it, like that type of way. I was surprised that he was like, that he hasn't responded back to me. Where are you? Okay.
Yeah, that really surprised me. I'm a little bit to the
there's like
right
no
of
one
you.
over here.
There's no one over in this general vicinity, so...
This is awesome.
I'm going to aim for the houses directly in front of me.
Alright, I'll hit these other ones over here.
Alright.
Wow, I'm surprised that no one's here. And yeah, but I'm surprised about what he did. I don't know. I texted him like, "Hey, dude, hope everything's all right." Like, I was just mad that you're getting kind of bitchy about this game like you do about NHL. But like, let's I'll still play doubles. Let's play doubles.
Yeah, because he said it wasn't fun.
Yeah, and it's like, no, you're fucking.
I even offered to step aside so you guys could play doubles and shit on the stream, and
I don't know, dude. I was just aggravated because this has been him. Like a fucking girl. It's like, dude, it's a video game. It's video games. Just play video games. Like it's not even that bad is the thing too. It's not like everybody was like, when someone's really annoying that you play with, it's like none of us are really doing anything wrong. Like that guy that he brought in that day. So
yeah, that guy was a real
He was just mad that we weren't fucking like winning or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, we were having a little bit of a rough go of it. I mean, it was a shitty, like, luck scenario, but there was, like, no bad player, or there was no one, like, fucking anybody over or anything like that.
Texted him one more time. He hasn't responded to 6 of my texts over the span of a week. He's fucking got his period.
Yeah, that's...
fucking bizarre, dude. I mean, I've known him since I was a kid. It's like...
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's shitty. There's a Mini 14 here. Do you want it?
I'm okay right now. I got an and a shotgun, but I'm sure there'll be something else in one of these 4 buildings, so... Oh, here we go. Yep, AKM, I think. Yep, AKM. Oh, yeah. This is perfect. The classic AKM and ump. Of course.
Nice. Yeah, I was roughing people. I got an AKM over here. And there's 60 rounds of 7.62. I don't have a backpack or else I'd pick it up for you. Oh, yes, I just found one. Alright, I'll pick up the ammo for you if you don't want the AKM. You already have one, you said.
Yeah.
My brain is not all there.
X-Frog Dicks.
We're in the circle, too.
Thank you for subbing, man. I appreciate that shit. Fucking X-Frog is up in this ribbit.
X-Frog Dicks. Maybe tomorrow we'll
oh,
get
yeah,
him
Beefy Mario, dude. What happened to him? Why didn't we get him? I'm sorry, Beefy. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, it's so on right now. Where's the circle? We're in it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're in the circle. We're just keep looting.
Yeah, we got to pick a building soon.
I would suggest either I get towards you or you get towards me soon. Either or, just so we're together.
I'm in my 3rd building now, so I got 1 more to go.
Alright.
This would be great.
I got a bunch of 7.62 ammo for you.
Oh, that's... Oh, fuck yeah! 8 scope! Fuck yeah! Suck my asshole!
No shit. That's awesome. Throw that in your AK.
Oh my god, dude. And I got a suppressor on my ump. This is a fucking great beginning.
Oh, nice. I got an extended mag for an SMG for you, too.
I got one on. I already got...
If you don't...
Yeah,
oh, you got one?
I got one for the AKM, too.
Oh,
fucking
nice.
Score.
I got a clip before where somebody was chasing me in first person, and I killed him with a frying pan.
Oh, shit.
Like, I just picked up the pan.
Somebody
I
coming.
just landed. I was being
Somebody
chased. And I
coming.
fucking just... Oh, really?
Hang on a
Shit.
second. Oh, he's coming towards you.
Is he in a vehicle? Yeah, I am.
I tried to shoot him. Oh, I gotta get more fucking ammo. Jesus.
They're driving around the corner.
9mm. Fuck. Are they coming back to you?
I don't see him at this point. I heard him a second ago, but...
I'm running towards you now.
Alright, I got a bunch of AK ammo for you.
Yeah, it'd be better if I was with you over there. Yeah, I shot horribly yesterday. It was so bad.
Oh, I'm being shot
shit,
at.
I'm running towards you right now.
Motherfucker.
Where's it from?
I don't know where the shots are coming from, but... I don't know. I think it's where your orange marker is.
You think it's... Is it towards me?
I'm pretty sure it's on the side where your orange marker is. No, it's on the opposite side of me.
Okay, run towards me then instead. I'm gonna get a little bit of an eye level.
They're taking 2 cars.
Okay, I'm heading up to the 3rd floor, hopefully, of this place. What was that?
That's me firing back at them to get them the fuck out of here. They almost killed me.
I've got
I cleared out those buildings over there.
I was looking at them with the scope.
A couple of them.
Thank you, Frog Dick.
If you find any 5.56 ammo, let me know.
Okay. I don't have any right now. I need 9mm too. Fuck, I need more ammo.
That's alright. Yeah, I got 90 rounds of 7.62 for your AK. I got more 9mm for you too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been picking up anything I see for you along the way.
I like where we are if the circle comes here, but...
I got a level 2 backpack in this building. I left the door open. Can we put a marker on it?
I'm gonna come over there now. I was just watching to see if I saw anybody with the 8-scope.
It's in that building. I just marked it. It's right when you go in, you go to the right. I left the door open.
What's up, guys? We're gonna head over to Twitch only in a few minutes, so make sure you jump over there, download it on your phone, or go there on the web browser, or whatever you want to do. Link is in the description below. Police vest level 2.
I still don't know how you haven't gotten a chance to be partnered.
Yeah. They got back to me and said, make sure you put your Twitch thing on your YouTube so we can prove it's you, and then we can go forward. And I was like, oh, they never said that before. This is good. And then they never replied back to my email saying I did it. I go, I did it, and then they never said anything. And then I sent another application in and haven't heard anything, so...
Maybe that's a good thing.
I think it's a bad thing, but... It's been about a month now since I reported that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Fucking Twitch hates me.
I was hoping...
And now my average viewers have gone down to 60 or 65 when they were at 75, which is what they want. You to have 70, 75.
Well, you were doing above that for a while, too.
Right.
I'm behind you now. Here, I'll give you in this building here.
This?
Whichever building you go into.
Is it this last one?
No, not yet. Here. I'll close the door behind us. I'm going to give you this stuff quick.
Oh, shit. 5.56 right here.
Oh, nice. Here's 9mm, and there's 7.62 and bandages.
Nice. There's a 5.56 in there for you.
Sweet. Sweet. I'm gonna check the other building when you go upstairs.
Okay.
Those guys took off far around the corner. We have a car across the street from us in that garage, in the blue garage.
Oh shit, 762 in here too.
Nice.
Oh man, more 762. Fucking score.
There's a Tommy gun and a Mini 14 up here.
Yeah, I'm good with those. But that's awesome.
Alright, I'm all set myself. I don't really like the Mini. I mean, I take it if I need it, but...
Maybe if I had an 8 scope. Yeah, guys, I haven't heard from Larry Funk. I don't know what the deal is. I called his numbers that he calls in on. He didn't answer. I don't know what's up.
You have the 8 scope.
Yeah, I
don't
do.
You?
Yeah, I have it on my... Yeah, but I guess fuck it. I still don't want it. It's on my...
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
I have 230 rounds now on this fucking thing. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the silencer.
For what?
I'm gonna put it on the fucking... I'm gonna take it off the ump and put it on the AKM.
Yeah, I was so upset though. I had like the best setup I've had in a while. I had the SKS with a fucking 8 scope. I had the M4. I hear shots fired.
Too. Oh, it's coming. Looks like it's coming from northeast somewhere.
Yeah, it seems to be like by those trees further out.
That suppressor is only for the fucking ump. I'm a dummy.
Oh, that's only an SMG one.
I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking either. We got plenty of time. We're still...
Alright, I'm gonna go into this building.
We're in the new circle again, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and then I had like, I had 8X. I never have good shit when I play solo. I always get fucked. So I was like super excited that I got the care package, and I was just loaded to high hell. I got 5 kills, and then I in first person, mowed down the guy that was in front of me. I knew the other one was behind me, and I aimed over him. I was so upset. The next game, I only got 1 kill. Get down to the circle, I get the 2nd kill, and I got killed. Came in 2nd place. And then the 3rd game in a row, I had 3 kills. I landed at the apartments by the school. I ran through. I got the 4th kill with the auto shotty. And I ended up, the circle stayed on the apartments almost to the end. And then it came down to a guy that was by the trees line from the school, and he killed me, and I came in 2nd again.
Damn.
Back to back to back, 3 2nd place finishes.
I don't have a helmet yet, I just realized. Are you in that...
I don't have one either.
Are you in that big building over there?
Yep, I'm across the way.
Where'd you say that car was?
Directly across the street from you. It should be in a garage if you're looking... What is that? Like around... Here, I can mark it on the map. It should be...
It's all good.
Like,
Once you said across the street from me, I get you.
It should be right here, where I put the yellow marker. I don't need a helmet. I found sunglasses. Do you need more 7.62 ammo?
Yeah, I could use more, but I got 230 rounds, to be honest. I need more 9mm.
Alright, there's 90 rounds here. I'm out of room to pick it up, but... Actually, there's 120.
I'm coming. I'm right here.
Alright, that's you coming up,
me.
right?
Wait, that's you in the building, right?
I'm not walking.
I hear something. Oh, there's someone in the building. It's not you. It's not you. Downstairs. I went to look inside the building to shoot him, and then he was outside already. He's probably gonna kill me outside. Oh wow.
No, I got you.
He's looking in the windows. I'd back way up if you could.
Hold on, don't move.
He's coming! He's coming! He's coming! Coming!
Somebody. I got you. I got you.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck! I shot him the same time he shot you.
No, it's okay.
Damn
At least
it!
you got him.
Fuck! No, I should have been able to save you there. Damn it, that was my bad. I really thought I could save you.
Oh damn! It's alright. At least you're alive. His
My
buddy's
bad.
got to be there though. Did you kill his buddy?
I got.
Oh,
two
you
of them.
did? Shit!
Yeah, I
Good
got both
job,
of
man.
them.
Good job.
Fuck.
That's alright. I got a 8-scope, so get all that shit. I heard those fucking footsteps.
Yeah.
I was coming in and I was like, I hear footsteps. That's you? That's you? A good thing we fucking noticed, because I'm like, it ain't me. And when you said you weren't moving, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
There's fucking 2 guys down below.
That's why I said I'm not moving.
God damn. Well, at least we're still alive. 44
I'm gonna
alive.
Space my ass. Yeah, I can't use the 8-scope with this, so I'm just gonna
You
take it
take
for
my
now.
gun. I had 230 rounds on the AKM. My gun had 230 rounds on an 8-scope, and then an ump with a holographic.
That's nuts.
What's up, Ed's View? What time is it in Japan, man? Is it like 5 p.m.? Face.
I really thought when he went to the side, I shot him directly in the chest with the shotgun. I'm like, oh, I got him. When the guy came
You did
out,
a good job.
He just hit you as I killed him. No, I should have saved you.
Honestly, I should have. I was
should've-
worried about. I didn't do the right thing. I panicked. I didn't know if I wanted to go in the building or shoot. I shot the guy early. I should have backed off, waited till I could see them in the house and sniped them, rather than come in. But I was worried you were gonna get killed, and I gave myself away. The other thing I should have done was shot at them, had them come out at me, and then have you pick them off from the ceiling while they're looking at me outside. But I fucking freaked out. The circle's to your left a little bit. Luckily,
Yeah.
I mean, we were in a great position too for the circle this game. I'll say that. I'll be right there. I'm gonna pee. I'm watching you. Everybody can see you.
I got somebody here with me.
I heard those footsteps. Oh boy.
Ah, I missed him. I fucked up. I
You
did
should have
awful
just
there.
waited till you could see them, yeah, and then shot him.
I should have.
Looked like you were trying to shoot through the wall or
should've.
something.
I put the extended mag on the other one. I was gonna shoot through the door.
It looked like you were shooting through the
It was
wall.
bad
yeah.
on my part. I choked that round. Ugh.
That's what I looked like fighting those guys earlier. Fucked up.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna hit A and then
Oh,
pee
big
my
time.
pants.
All right, I'm gonna invite.
All right, then I'll wait. Yeah, invite everybody you want to invite.
There we go.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up? Who's this?
What's going on? I'll send you an invite. This is Gravy.
Oh, what's up? All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna pee myself. Guys, we're going on to Twitch only, so join us over on Twitch.
I can't believe I fucked that up. Well, I can. I screwed it up, but I should have switched to the silence weapon and shot the guy in the back. I was trying to be quiet, and I was like, oh, I'm going to tiptoe forward and shoot him once, and then I just whiffed that aim entirely. Usually I do well with
What's up, Jake?
but that was bad. What's going on?
Same shit, man.
Same shit.
It's another day in Connecticut, bro.
I hear you. I sent you an
Coming
invite.
right now. I'm loading it up.
All right, no worries, no rush.